will kick it off for LSU. Cole Adams and Latsier Brooks are the deep men for the Crimson Tide. The kickoff, a good one, sailing towards the end zone. Brooks will field it 3 yards deep, and he's going to bring it out to the 5, to the 10. Trip to the 15, stays on his feet, 20, and gets to the 26-yard line, I believe, before he gets pushed out of bounds. Bama starting off aggressive in special teams.
Yeah, oftentimes when you pull it out of the end zone, the way that Latsier Brooks just did, you're going to get pinned down inside the 20-yard line. Very fortunate there. Great starting field position.
Bama across the 25, or is it? No, they're going to spot it right at there. So almost exactly where it would have been placed had he just taken the touch back, but Bama applying some pressure early on. Rico Scott, Latsier Brooks will be in the slot to the left side with the freshman Derek Meadows split wide to the near side of the field. In the backfield was Jeremy Bernard. They will fake swinging it to him and going to reverse to Brooks. Coming up the near side, got to the 26, almost the 27. Knocked down as he stays in bounds. Boy, that's a different wrinkle, but LSU didn't bite.
No, Jack Pyburn, the linebacker for LSU, came shooting through there on the misdirection play and almost blew it up. Kind of missed block there on the right side. Very fortunate just to gain a yard.
A.J. Halsey, the Rover, was able to make the tackles. So 2nd down and 8 upcoming for the Tide. Jam Miller started wide to the near side of the field. Now we'll join Ty Simpson in the backfield. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right side of the formation. As the handoff will go to Jam, he'll try to get to the edge right side, scoots forward, and we'll get to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line, just depending on the generosity of the spot. Defensive tackle Bernard Gooden got him to the turf. It'll be 3rd and long for Alabama right here, 3rd and about 6.5 for the Tide. 3 wideouts left, 1 right in Jam Miller. Let's see, he does indeed shift back to the right of Simpson, who works from the pistol. Yard to gain for the first would be the 35. Simpson with time, checks down to Jam. He's got the 1st down and a little bit more before he gets bumped out of bounds. Your bank first down of the game for the Crimson Tide, and it moves the sticks across the 37.
It's all about keeping Ty Simpson's jersey clean. And if this offensive line can keep a clean pocket, he will dissect this defensive backfield for LSU. Jam Miller releases, he's on a linebacker, easy pitch and catch, advancing the chains.
Ryan Williams in the ball game, goes wide to the far side of the field. That's the left side of the formation. They'll bring the tight end, Edwards, in tight to the right side. Cuevas is tight to the left. Jeremy is wide to the near side of the field with Jam in the backfield. Ty will check down with a play clock at 3. At 2, they get the snap off at 1. Pressure coming. Bama picks it up. They fire a strike across the middle of Ryan. Great catch. Gets down across midfield in LSU territory. Give him a 1st down to the 49. A 14-yard pickup for that bank first down.
LSU bluffed with a safety blitz. Ty Simpson checked out of it, and then LSU vacated the pressure as well. Still a huge open, not afraid to go across the middle of the field to Ryan Williams.
Bernard and Ryan wide to the right side. That's the near side of the field for Bama, as Bama operates from the center of the field. The handoff to Jam. He breaks 1 tackle, bounces it outside, almost broke another, and stretches forward near the 40 of LSU. It's a gain of 7.5 or 8. It'll be 2nd and short upcoming for the Crimson Tide. Patrick Payton got spun around. Jack Pyburn finally got him down, Corey.
It's good to see Jam Miller coming out strong. If you get runs like that on 1st down, getting 7 or 8 yards, it's going to be a long night for this LSU defense, but this offensive line's looking good early.
About 2.5 needed to move the sticks, as they'll go with Ryan to the far side of the field. Rico Scott in the slot to the near side. Now moves over tight next to Josh Cuevas with Jam in the backfield and Ty operating under center. Stretch handoff. Jam working. Hesitates. Now goes forward and got 1.5 yards, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 upcoming.
Had to delay right before he picked a hole to run through, and he exploded through it. I thought he was going to be able to pick up the 1st down. However, he was met with a wall of LSU defenders for only a 1-yard gain.
Guillory got credit for the stop. At the moment, Jam is one of 3 men wide to the right side, 2 to the left in Edwards. And Bama's going to go quarterback sneak, and they're not going to get the 1st down. They got a 1/2 yard, but no more. Bama split everybody wide, and it looked like Ty was going to walk up and just check off under center. Instead, He tried to run it and only got a half yard, but it's going to be 4th and a foot from the 38.5 of LSU, and Kalen DeBoer says we're going for it. So 2 yards have only netted, 2 plays, excuse me, netting 2 yards. Bama needs a half yard to keep the drive alive. Now we're going to go from the Wildcat, and the snap goes directly to Jam. He will fight forward, and he did not get there. He did not get the first down. We ran 3 plays from 2.5 yards needed for a first down, and Bama didn't get it. He hesitated, Tyler, and West Weeks, the middle linebacker, is going to get credit for the stop, and Bama's going to turn it over on downs.
Well, once again, I think it was Jack Pyburn who really blew the play up as we had a tight end going across the formation, and he did not allow that hole to open up the middle, which caused the hesitation by Jam Miller as he tried to kick it to the outside.
So the crowd got real quiet for a moment, but now they'll make a little more noise as Nussmeier brings the Tiger offense out. Harlem Berry is the single setback to his left. They'll bring a receiver in motion to the right side of the field, and the right tackle moved, and the Bama faithful making noise early, already creating problems for LSU.
Number 75, 5-yard penalty. It is first down.
Weston Davis, the redshirt freshman from Beaumont, Texas, started off to the right to throw a block, but he was the only guy on the field that was moving. Back him up 5, 1st and 15 from the 34 now. For LSU, their own into the field. Once again, Thomas goes in motion to the right side, leaving 2 to the left. Single setback, handoff, nowhere to go. As coming down is Hubbard. Ball is stripped, scramble, loose ball, and LSU got it and somehow gained about 8 yards on the fumble. Wow. Terrible break there for the Tide.
Boy, Bray Hubbard came off the edge, though, and stuffed that play in the backfield for no gain, and he did strip the ball loose. And as you mentioned, about 3 or 4 Tide defenders had their hands on it, and how in the world did they pick up 12 yards on a fumble?
You're exactly right. It was more than that. I forgot it was 1st and 15. So, yeah, they got 12. Now play action for Nussmeier. Rolling the pocket, looking right, firing across his body. Pass complete. And inside the Bama 40 to about the 38-yard line is Nick Anderson. It was Aaron Anderson that recorded the fumble earlier, but Nick Anderson makes that grab, and they're able to move the sticks with, I believe, 14 on the gain. Caden Durham will check into the game at running back now to the right of Nussmeier, who works from the pistol. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. They'll hand it off, and they'll get stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Stopped at the 39-yard line was Durham, the sophomore out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's Duncanville High School. Deontay Lawson getting the stop for Alabama with some help from Justin Jefferson. LSU will send trips right, including Caden Durham, who had been in the backfield. They've got 1 man wide left and 1 in tight on the left side. Here comes Durham in the backfield again to the right of Nussmeier. They'll hand it to him. He'll try to scrape down the left side. Can't get anywhere as L.T. Overton and James Smith were able to get there and wrap him up. Corey, great job there by Bama.
Yeah, L.T. Overton didn't fall for that at all. He saw the quarterback hand it off the whole way. It just came blazing off that edge. Good job getting to him before he was able to cut upfield, making a good tackle in the backfield.
Anderson and Brown will go wide right. Xavion Thomas will come to the near side of the field for LSU with a 3rd down and 8 upcoming from the Alabama 36-yard line. Single setback to the right is Jawan Johnson. Nussmeier will roll to the right, looks, fires, and that is going to be caught as doing a little toe touch near the boundary. Just across the first down mark is Aaron Anderson. He is factored into 2 huge plays on this first drive for the Tigers.
Really nice throw by Garrett Nussmeier as he's able to get the ball to the outside. Deshaun Jones was in that zone coverage right underneath the wide receiver, but a well-placed ball is able to move the chains once again for LSU.
Isaiah Faga into the ball game at the middle of the Bama defense. As the Tide will go with a four-man front showing blitz. They dump it off early left side to the Tigers. Set up a wide receiver screen and pick up good yardage across the 20. Barryon Brown is the man able to pick up the first down yardage. So a fresh set of downs for LSU after the gain of 10.
LSU wasted no time getting right back up to line of scrimmage. Garrett Nussmeier very sharp so far in the passing attack. Nice mixture of run versus pass for LSU.
Again, Johnson, who's the third man to line up in the backfield this drive, gets the handoff this time, gets stacked up as he gets to the 15. A gain of a couple. It'll be second and long for the Tigers. Deontay Lawson, the stop for the Crimson Tide.
All right, this is where the Alabama defense has been really solid all season long. Down inside the red zone, the field condenses obviously. Passing lanes get smaller. Can the defense force the field goal?
Freshman linebacker Justin Hill checks in for Alabama. He will join Jefferson as linebackers for the Tide. Johnson will be the running back to the right of Nussmeier. Two wideouts to the right side of the formation with a couple of tight ends. Play action, pressure coming. Nussmeier dumps it off on the delay to Johnson. He is stood up. Huge hit there at the 15-yard line. Justin Jefferson met him face mask to face mask, and Corey wouldn't let him go anywhere.
That's exactly what you need tonight from Justin Jefferson. Does a great job of beating his block on that screen. Didn't have a chance for that play. Met him right there with a big hit as soon as he turned upfield trying to get north and south.
First down marker is, I believe, just shy of the 5-yard line. Tough to tell from our angle, but it's going to be third down from the 15. Yanze Pierre in the game for Alabama. Shifting from the left side of the formation to the right side as the edge rusher. Caden Durham is the running back, and a timeout early for LSU. They'll talk things over, and we'll take the break as well. A fast-moving opening quarter. No score. Alabama and LSU. 5:34 remains in the first quarter of play. Glad you're with us here in Tuscaloosa on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live-teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Alabama and LSU scoreless with 5:34 remaining in the first quarter. We would like to thank Build Giants Alabama for being today's game sponsor. Build Giants Alabama, a statewide workforce initiative with the U.S. Navy's Maritime Industrial Base, connecting Alabamians to careers and training to build the next generation of Navy vessels. Learn more at BuildGiantsAlabama.com. Coming to you live tonight inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. Once again, no score between Alabama and LSU here in the first quarter with 5:34 remaining in quarter number one. Let's go down to the field to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter, Corey Reamer. Brought to you by Cooks Pest Control. Call Cooks to score superior protection from pests and termites. Corey, it is time for another third down stop, first of all, for the Crimson Tide, but especially a red zone stop for this Alabama defense.
Yeah, this is the way the defense has operated this year. giving up some plays in between the 20s, but when it gets inside the red zone, they've been able to buckle up and keep them out of the end zone. It's a massive third down. You didn't get the starts you wanted on the offensive side of the ball. Really had a chance to get LSU on their heels, but this defense can come up big right here and force these guys to kick a field goal. LSU's had some great route concepts that have given this secondary some trouble so far, but third and long right here is a big opportunity for this defense to get a big play.
Thomas, Anderson, and Brown, the wideouts. Caden Durham, the running back, to the right of Nussmeier initially. Waiting on the go-ahead from television. Corey, tell me real quick, where's that first down marker? Is that on the 6?
It looks like it's on the 7.
Got it. Thank you. Line of scrimmage just inside the 15 of Alabama. LSU again with Nussmeier from the pistol, brings a man in motion left side, gets the snap, looking left, now has to step up in the pocket. He will roll to his right, he'll get knocked out of bounds. A nice play by the Crimson Tide's Deontay Lawson right around the 10-yard line. It'll be shy of the first down, and LSU is going to settle for a 3-point try here as they spot him all the way back, I should say, at the 13-yard line.
It's a win for the defense right there, staying in good zone concepts, clogging all the throwing lanes up, and Deontay staying at home on the backside and delivered a shot to Garrett Nussmeier.
Damian Ramos on to try the field goal from 31 yards out, right on the far hash, the right hash, high snap, placement's down, the kick is up, and he missed it. So LSU's defense forces a turnover on downs. The Tiger offense drives to the edge of the red zone, but they miss the field goal from 31 yards out, and we remain scoreless with 4:49 to go in the first quarter of play. Alabama and LSU here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $279 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.78 due at signing. No security deposit. With select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Big Al, Rammer Jammer, and the $1 Million Band. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Fall in Alabama means two things to me: Crimson Tide football and enjoying the great outdoors. This is John Parker Wilson here to talk about my favorite Alabama-based outdoor brand, Tom Beckby. They're celebrating 10 years as Alabama's premier outfitter. Whether you're getting outfitted for your next great adventure or suiting up for your tailgate, Tom Beckby has you covered with great gear, all designed right here in Alabama. Visit Tom Beckby in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and online at tombeckby.com.
Barkley makes it easy. Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com. Barkley makes it easy.
4:49 remaining in the first quarter. No score between Alabama and LSU. Crimson Tide, great stop in the red zone. That big-time stop by Bama, presented by Truckworks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Crimson Tide, with 17 locations all throughout Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle, including right here in Tuscaloosa. Before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Tyler Watts, what needs to happen for this Alabama offense? Some good things last drive before it stalled midway through the field.
Well, we've been in too many third and long situations, and even when we are in second and short, third and short, just not getting much of a push along the offensive line in the running game. So be a little bit more creative, hit the edges with the short passing game, stay ahead of the chains. We're going to have some explosive opportunities. Right now, when LSU is just rushing forward, we're doing a really nice job of picking up any twist and blitzes that they're bringing across the front. So Ty Simpson has every opportunity to be able to move this ball through the air as well.
Caleb Edwards, the tight end, will be split wide left along with Jeremy Bernard and Latsier Brooks. In tight to the right side is Isaiah Horton. Single setback will be Daniel Hill behind Ty Simpson. Play action. Ty looking across the middle. He's got a man catches made. That's Jeremy at the 45, dragging a Tiger all the way across midfield to the LSU 46. Move the chains. A bank first down after a 33-yard pickup.
Jeremy on about a 15-yard in route. He's kind of a trailer of when the tight end who's clearing all the traffic out of the way. So it's a one-on-one situation. He gets lost in translation there, and he does what he does best, which is move the ball forward after he catches it.
Harold Perkins got the free ride for 10 yards on the back of Jeremy. And Alabama, with 4:11 to go in the opening quarter, has the football again in LSU territory. Scoreless game if you're just joining us. Daniel Hill again in the backfield. Play action from Ty, drops it across the middle, and unfortunately it was dropped by Daniel after it hit him right in the middle of number 4 on the front of his jersey. It would have been about a 2-3 yard pickup at the most anyway, but still now it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, but you're ahead of the chains and the ball is in a running back's hands, and who knows if he's able to make a guy miss or not. But one where he just took his eyes off the ball as he's trying to advance it before he caught it.
We'll go 2 wideouts left. Jeremy and Latsier there. It's Isaiah to the right side. Caleb Edwards, the tight end, to the right. Now Isaiah goes in motion left, giving us trips to that side. Here is Ty trying to drop it over to Daniel Hill, but read well by Butler and the rest of the LSU defense. They stayed with him the whole way, and a wise move on the part of Ty to just throw that one way over his head and out of bounds.
A lot of man concepts right now for LSU so far, and as you mentioned, because of the pressure up the middle, Ty had to get rid of the football quickly before the play really had an opportunity to develop and allow those linemen downfield.
Bama 1 of 2 on 3rd downs. You may recall the first drive, or if you're just joining us, I should tell you the first drive ended with a turnover on downs. LSU putting 6 men up front, showing pressure. Hill in the backfield. Snap going to Ty, stepping up in the pocket, wanted to run, unloads it at the last moment, incomplete. Bernard was in the area, but it's an incomplete pass. He was really just trying to get rid of that one. And thankfully there was a man in the area. Do we have a flag down? Nope. Just an incomplete pass. And now the offense will run off the field. And we will see the Alabama punter come on in young man who's been really good in Blake Dowd for the Crimson Tide. Xavion Thomas is back to return it, standing on his own 8-yard line at the moment. Dowd's averaging 44 yards per punt. He had 5 kicks for 55 yards in average 2 weeks ago against South Carolina. Another beautiful high booming kick, and the fair catch is called for and made back at the LSU 7-yard line. So Dowd does the job well on a 40-yard punt with great hang time, no return, and another timeout on the field. 3:42 to go, first quarter. No score here in Tuscaloosa between the Tide and the Tigers on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings?
With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
There's Team Pride, and then there's Extra Tide Pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier, too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
3 minutes, 42 seconds remain in the first quarter. No score between Alabama and LSU. Nature Made, a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide, made to care for fans on game day and every day. The official vitamin and supplement of Alabama football. Corey Reamer is our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter. And Corey, we have seen Deontay Lawson really everywhere so far for Alabama. That first drive for LSU had 3 tackles, including 1 solo tackle. But once again, the inside linebacker for Alabama seemingly everywhere on the field that first drive.
Yeah, he's been flying around all over the football. He's been staying at home, doing his job. Puts him in the right place when it needs to make a play. Justin Jefferson also having a big impact so far on this game. Now his defense has got another opportunity to pin this LSU offense deep. They're backed up in their own territory. Don't let them come out on this first down and get away from that end zone. Make them feel the pressure of being backed up. Put them in second and third long situations right here. And we've been able to do it with bringing forward, too. We haven't had to bring a bunch of extra guys right now, but you can't give Nussmeier a lot of time. Same thing when we're on offense. Don't give these guys time to let these route concepts unfold, because these wide receivers are good. They're going to find some open space.
Don't like, Tyler, the extended drive that LSU had a few minutes ago, even though thankfully it ended without points.
Well, but let's think about how it all started. They get the false start, they got first and 15, and then they fumble the ball forward for 13 yards.
Great point.
It very easily could have ended different had they not caught a break with the bounce of the ball. So Alabama defense now has an opportunity. You win first down, you worry about second down next. Let's put them in third and long situation and hopefully get great field position out of this.
Harlem Berry is the running back for LSU, or will be when they break the huddle. Bauer Sharp, the tight end, Nick Anderson, Barry on Brown, the wideouts. It'll be Anderson who goes to the right side of the formation, Brown to the left. They'll operate from the pistol with Nussmeier. Standing on his own 2, he will hand it off, and there's only a yard at most available for the man who carried it up the gut, Harlem Berry, freshman from New Orleans, out of St. Martin's Episcopal School. Nakai Hill-Green, the graduate transfer from Colorado, is the man who gets credit for the first hit. Red Morgan in the game at the Husky position, one of 5 DBs out there for the Crimson. As they'll go play action, Nussmeier dumps it off to a man right side who makes one man miss and then gets slung out of bounds around the 12-yard line. Dejon Lee is the man who made the tackle on Xavion Thomas. After he broke that first tackle, I was afraid it might be a big pickup. Instead, he only gets about 3.5. Tigers 1 of 2 on third down thus far. They're working from their 11. And the first down mark is somewhere around the 17. Tigers operating from inside their own territory with Brown and Parker wide to the right side. Tight end is offset to the right as well. And Thomas to the left side of the formation. Single setback for Nussmeier, who gets the snap, sets up the screen across the middle of the tight end. He's got a first down and more. Ball's knocked loose, fumble recovered by Bama. And that is fantastic because the guy that forced it is the guy that got it. Nakai Hill-Green, a huge hit on the tight end Sharp, who had the first down, but he didn't have the pigskin, and Bama's got it inside the 25 of LSU.
Boy, and Corey, already this defense flying around. You give up a big play on the tight end screen, but Nakai Hill-Green on the replay just punches that ball loose.
Yeah, I couldn't tell where that ball came out because it was a massive collision right there between 3 Alabama defenders and the LSU tight end. But you're right, he punched it out and was able just to jump right onto it. Look what I found.
Doesn't happen a lot. The guy that forces it winds up with it, but that was poetic justice right there as Bauer had it knocked away after he had the first down. Jam Miller in the backfield for the Crimson Tide. Trip stacked left with the tight end in front of the triplet set. Now they'll break that and bring Horton to the near side. They'll hand it off to Jam. He gets stacked up and loses 2 yards on that play, maybe more. Devon Keys, the sophomore from Aledo, Texas, is able to wrap him up from his weak side linebacker position.
And they brought more than we could block. Halsey came in from the secondary on a pressure package run blitz and was right in the hole to stop it up for Jam Miller. So now you're behind the chains once again.
Ryan Williams goes wide left. Trips to the near side at least at the moment, but now they're going to bring Jam in to join Simpson in the backfield, who operates from the pistol. Cuevas, the tight end, offset right, facing a 4-man front from LSU on second down and long 12. Snap to Ty, looking. Look over there, you got Jam. He finds him late, and he dropped it incomplete. Took his eyes off the football. I know it's easy to say from here. If he checks down initially, he's got at least 7 or 8 yards.
Well, the ball would have been thrown awfully quick because LSU was in his own coverage. They were deep. They were rallying it. But when Ty Simpson spun out, they converged on Jam Miller, and it would have been a gain for very short.
So third down and about a dozen. As now Bama's got 2 wideouts left, 2 men in tight to the right side of the formation. Ty walks up to talk to his line of scrimmage, and now we'll go back to the pistol with Jam to his left. This is a big 3rd and 12 with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Play clock down to 2. We get the snap off in time. Pressure coming. Ty scrambling left. Ty on the run. Looking downfield. Fires and incomplete. He was trying to connect with Latsier Brooks, but he was well covered across the way. And again, in man coverage, the Tigers this time with a corner, P.J. Woodland, there to make sure there was no chance to make the grab.
Well, Ty Simpson runs his play clock all the way down to about 2 seconds before he snaps it because he's trying to identify where the pressure is coming. We still didn't pick it up. Thank goodness he was able to escape the pocket. Who cares about the incomplete pass? We saved about 8 to 9 yards and salvaged a field goal opportunity here.
So now you do have a 45-yard try upcoming for Connor Talty, who's 9 of 13. Bama doesn't have enough men on the field and trying to hurry to get another lineman out there. Play clock's at 8. At 7. Now we got everybody set as William Sanders was late getting on. 3, 2, 1, and Kalen DeBoer says the points are too important. Let's get the timeout right here and get it set up right with 1:22 remaining in the first quarter of play, and we're going to keep it right here. That's frustration on the part of the Bama special teams, just not having enough men on the field at that time.
Yeah, William Sanders was the late arrival and not sure what he's doing because he wasn't on the previous play, so shouldn't have been with the offensive lineman. Know your assignment.
Corey, what do you got?
Yeah, Connor Talty right there was set and ready to go, and then offensive line's turning around yelling at him that we don't have enough people. Once we finally got Sanders back up there lined up, Talty went back to the football to reposition himself and to walk his steps off again, and that's what ended up costing us time. If he'd have stayed where he was, might even don't kick it, but kicker's got to be comfortable.
Do indeed, and now we've got enough players on and almost in the middle of the field. Talty to kick it from the hold of Dowd. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, and the kick is good. So LSU has missed a field goal, and Alabama drills one. Your Brombergs scoring drive upcoming. 4 plays, lost 2 yards. Only took it a minute off the clock, and not exactly textbook, but glad to get the points with 1:20 to go in this first quarter, and Alabama draws first blood.
Well, defense has already put the ball on the ground twice for LSU's offense. They've struggled. They are moving the football a little bit, but now another opportunity to see how you can close out this first quarter. But So far, defense has answered the bell once again as the offense has been a little sluggish, moving the ball between the 20s, but getting inside the 30-yard line or across midfield has really struggled. And it's been first and second down. When you win those battles, you're able to move the chains. When you get behind the chains, though, this LSU defense is tough on 3rd and long.
Barryon Brown is the deep man for LSU, standing on his own goal line. Salty the kickoff, another good one. This one's going to sail into and through the back of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback. Starting at the 25 will be the Tigers. 1st and 10 with, again, 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Frank Wilson is the interim head coach. He's been a head man twice. After coaching running backs at LSU, he then moved to Texas San Antonio and spent, I believe, 4 years as their head coach. Then 2 years at McNeese State before he came back to work on the staff of Brian Kelly at LSU, and now is the interim head man and trying to engineer the upset. Bama on top, though, 3-0 as LSU has 1st and 10. Play action by Nussmeier, checking down to his tight end, I believe, who will get across the 25 and near the 30-yard line. The tight end, Bauer Sharp, is the man who was able to make the grab and pick up about 4 yards.
Always caught behind the line of scrimmage.
On 1st down.
Xavier Mincy came up from that safety position and delivered a lick right around the line of scrimmage. However, anytime you're going against a bigger body tight end, gets that momentum going forward, it's hard to bring him down where he catches it.
2nd down and 6. We had a flag.
They originally called a legal man downfield, but the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so it was a legal play.
Got it. So from the 29-yard line, their own 29, LSU staying in the huddle a long time to get the play. The play clock is down to 4. And the Tigers are going to use a timeout here as well.
Second charge timeout, LSU.
That is their 2nd timeout. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here as there are only 43 seconds remaining in this first quarter of play here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. The Alabama Crimson Tide, 7-1 on the year, ranked number 4 in America in the AP, the coaches, and most importantly, the college football playoff rankings. The first one that came out this week. LSU sits at 5-3 overall, 2-3 in Southeastern Conference play. And an LSU squad that started things off with a victory in their opener against Clemson, followed with a win against Louisiana Tech, Florida, and then Southeastern Louisiana, but then dropped 3 of their last 4, including a blowout loss at home to Texas A&M and the ensuing firing of Brian Kelly as their head coach. Snap, handoff, right side running, picking up about 8 yards is Harlem Berry. That'll move the sticks for an LSU first down unless the flag wipes this one off.
Nakal Hill-Green got tackled. It was either him or Justin Hill.
Either way, that's not legal.
Holding offense, number 56. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Josh Thompson, the right guard, a senior who's a transfer from Northwestern, should be smart enough not to know not to do that. They'll back him up. 2nd penalty, total of 15 yards. Yeah, that was an obvious one. And it definitely factored into the game for the Tigers. So they'll back him up to the 21 of LSU. They'll set up a little bubble screen left side. Pass is complete, gaining a first down or no, just shy of it. But all of the yardage back and then some. Berry and Brown made the catch and then followed his blockers nicely before Dejon Lee finally got him to the turf. But he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down, and that will be
the end of the first quarter.
That's what I was trying to tell him. Final play of the first quarter here in Tuscaloosa as Alabama leads LSU by a score of 3-0. We head to the second 15 minutes of action in Tuscaloosa when we return to the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. The Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. February 15th, 2026. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a part of the Crimson Tide calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day. So you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, the official vitamin and supplement of Alabama football, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Kohl's Black Friday dropped early, and you might want to stretch before shopping, because with up to 50% off beauty faves, cozy coats, home finds, and more, you'll be lunging for deals, loading your cart, and moving muscles you forgot you had. All while earning $10 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Shop Kohl's early Black Friday deals now. Just try not to pull anything. Select styles, offers end November 9th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Alabama 3, LSU nothing our score as we get ready for the start of the second quarter. This is Roger Hoover with an Alabama Power Scoreboard update in the SEC. One other game currently in progress, just underway in the second quarter from the Bluegrass. It's Kentucky with a 10-7 lead against the Florida Gators. Earlier today in the SEC, third-ranked Texas A&M goes to Missouri, picks up a 38-17 win over Mizzou. Took overtime on the West End, but Vanderbilt wins at home against Auburn, 45-38 the final score, as Vanderbilt improves to 8-2 with the win, 4-2 in SEC play. Fifth-ranked Georgia picking up a 41-21 win in Starkville against Mississippi State, and Ole Miss blanks the Citadel 49-0 earlier today in Oxford. We would like to thank Build Giants Alabama for being today's game sponsor. Build Giants Alabama, a statewide workforce initiative with the U.S. Navy's Maritime Industrial Base, connecting Alabamians to careers and training to build the next generation of great Navy vessels. Learn more at BuildGiantsAlabama.com. Again, the Crimson Tide with a 3-0 lead over LSU as we start the second quarter. We're coming to you live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. On the call here in the second quarter, voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger, thank you so very much. Alabama enjoying that 3-0 edge, but have been very fortunate. Tides turned it over on downs. They have knocked the ball loose from LSU a couple of times, recovered one of them. And the first drive of the game for the Tigers, they fumbled, but gained yardage out of it. Thankfully, they ultimately missed a 30-yard field goal. Then Alabama took it the other way and was able to put its first points on the board on a 35-yard field goal. Actually, longer than that. From Connor Talty, as the Tigers will, on third and a couple, get it to the 35-yard line and pick up the Tigers' first down. That field goal earlier, 45 yards. I cheated Connor out of about 10 on that play. Thank you for the save there, Tom Stipe. As now the Tigers will have first and 10. Barry in the backfield. Two wideouts left, one right. Tight ends offset. They'll hand it off and go with Barry, and he's got a lot of running room across midfield in a foot race, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds. Thankfully, it was Keon Sabb who got him to the turf or the boundary, but not until he got deep into Alabama territory. A 48-yard rush, and that'll set things up for LSU all the way to the Alabama 27-yard line, 28-yard line, excuse me.
They brought Barry and Brown, the wide receiver, on an end around. It was a misdirection, and that kind of got the middle linebacker's eyes a little out of whack of where they should have been. It was a big hitter once again for Harlan Barry.
Sharp and Parker to the near side of the field. Now the tight end Sharp goes in tight to the right side. They've also got a wide receiver left. They'll dump it off, though, underneath to the man out of the backfield, and he will get stacked up. But I think he still got the first down. Caden Durham is the man who got it. I'm sorry, he's looking at the wrong sticks. Forgive me. Thankfully, I feel a lot better about that. It was only a gain of about a yard and a half. I got stuck on the binoculars there and saw the wrong end of the chains. Justin Hill is the man who got the tackle near the line of scrimmage.
Need a negative play here.
A couple of minutes into quarter number 2, 3-0 Bama, trying to keep it that way as LSU works from the Crimson Tide's 27 pistol formation. Pump fake. Now Nussmeier looking deep. Bama's got a man there in coverage, but it was actually the wide receiver who knocked it away from Deshaun Lee, Trey'Dez Green, who was able, with his reach at 6'6", to reach over and knock it away from Deshaun Lee. Man, that was a little bit different, Corey, but thankfully, Bama able to turn the Tigers away, at least on that play.
Yeah, Deshaun Lee was just in perfect position for that. He read it the entire way. He was stacked on top of the wide receiver. Good job going up there and making a play. I thought he was definitely coming down with the interception. Fortunately, lost his helmet right there. He's got to come off for this play.
He does indeed, as it will be 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and 9, Nussmeier rolling, throwing across the middle, and man stays on his feet, but thankfully doesn't get the first down, although he was hit hard. It was Aaron Anderson. I can't tell if he got tripped and it caused the injury or if he just got hit hard and fell forward. But Tim Keenan clobbered him, Corey.
Deontay Lawson was right there. That was a tricky little play. Receiver screen coming back with all the flow going to the right. It's a good job by Deontay Lawson staying home. It looked like he got a hand on his foot, tripped him up a little bit, that he might have landed on his hand. He's grabbing it right now. Looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, the big fella just dove at him, and then it was a linebacker who actually tripped him up. Deontay Lawson is the one, you're right, Corey, that tripped him up after he got hit and basically pinballed forward by Tim Keenan III. Timeout on the field, 3-0 Bama, 12:47 to go in the second quarter when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is back, and you know what that means. Every down, every drive, and every snack counts. That's why Golden Flake is always the go-to, the real MVP when it comes to bold flavor. For over 68 years, Golden Flake has been the South's go-to snack for Saturdays. So if you want a game-winning bite, reach for everyone's favorite snacks. Golden Flake, proud to be the official potato chip of Alabama football.
Alabama football lives here.
Let's get out of here.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
When you have the right team behind you, it's easy to play with confidence. The same is true when it comes to your health. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama provides what you need to feel healthier and happier. A choice of plans, a large network of doctors and hospitals, and personal support to help you choose the right plan with confidence. No second guessing, no confusion. Just care that works for you and your family. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is proud to be on your team and proud to be a sponsor of athletic programs across the state.
With Marathon Rewards, you can save up to $1 a gallon, and you'll earn every time you refuel. So when you stop in to fill up your tank, you're also banking rewards at the same time. And it's a little move we like to call the Tank and Bank. And to be frank, joining Marathon Rewards couldn't be more straightforward. I guess now that makes it a frank Tank and Bank situation. Sign up online, from our app, and even at the pump. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
12:47 remaining in this second quarter. 3-0 Alabama leads LSU. We just had an injury timeout brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine, whose team of doctors help you achieve victory over injury. Andrews Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for the Crimson Tide. It was good to see Aaron Anderson get back to his feet and be helped back to the LSU sideline after that very tough contact that he had just a moment ago. And now the Tigers left 4th down and 2 on the Crimson Tide 20.
Tell you what, you talk about a lot of places around the country and the noise and all that, but Saturday night here at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium when the Tide's rolling, about as raucous as any, as Damian Ramos is on to try another field goal. 37 yards this time. He missed one earlier from a similar range, 30-yarder actually. Butch reminds me on the miss earlier on. So 37 from the far hash. Crowd making a lot of noise here with 12:33 and ticking left in the second quarter. For the tie, the kick is up, and it is good. Silences the crowd here momentarily as that one went through, and the Tigers have knotted the score at 3 apiece. 12:27 remaining in this first half of play. Would love to see the offense, Corey, look more like this Bama offense has. We've had a big play or two, but nothing sustained drive-wise like we're accustomed to.
And that's what we saw against South Carolina, too. You know, he just has some big plays, move the chains here and there, but we kind of just stumble when we get the next set of downs. Need to find some rhythm here. Offensive line is doing a phenomenal job of giving Ty Simpson some time when it is obvious passing down situations. We've been able to connect there, but we can get the running game going. We just got to find a way to keep moving these chains. We're making good plays, just not consistently.
Wazir Brooks, Cole Adams deep as Aaron Burrell is set to kick it off. Burrell's kick high and will sail into the end zone, and this time Lazier will just let it stay right there, and Bama will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. We talked about the struggles of LSU running the football on the year. Alabama the same. The Tigers, thanks in large measure to a 48-yard carry, have 59 total yards. Bama only 11 in this first half. Tides unpenalized thus far. LSU twice for 15. Bama's going to go with a couple of tight ends, along with the freshman wideout from Las Vegas, Derek Meadows, who's to the right side of the formation. Jam is the single setback to the left of Ty Simpson. A tight end to each side. One of them, Cuevas, is offset. Hand off to Jam, bounces it right, keeps his feet somehow, and again makes chicken salad on about a 2-yard gain, as that one was going to be a 2-yard loss. Devon Keys, excuse me, is the man who gets credit for the stop. Again, could have been about a 3-yard loss. Instead, it's a 2-yard gain. Jam will come back to join Ty in the backfield with 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Facing a 5-man front as they walk guys up from the edge, swing it out right side. Catch is made, tight end Edwards. He's got a first down and more. Move the sticks thanks to a bank first down. Derek Meadows through the block for Caleb Edwards, the freshman from El Dorado Hills, California's Oak Ridge High School. The nice 11-yard gain on that play to move the chains for Bama up to the 37-yard line. 2 wideouts left, nobody to the right side. Tight end to the left, and the single setback is Jam. Play action to him. Ty keeps it himself. Now throws it left side. Cuevas. He'll make a man miss. Stretch forward. Gets near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44, but a nice first down pickup on the RPO there.
There's a little zone option read there. Really a run pass option for Ty Simpson. He pulls it out of the belly of Jam Miller when he sees the end crashing down, and then he has the option to throw it out to the tight end or run it. He does the smart thing. You don't want the quarterback to take a hit. Pitches it out there. Great gain on first down.
I think it was almost it may have been a lateral. I think he may have thrown it behind him because he had actually gotten just past the line of scrimmage. Empty set as Ty will look downfield. He'll throw it left side. Cuevas catch 30 down to about the 23-yard line. Another bank first down. They got the talented tight end isolated on a linebacker for a 34-yard gain.
Remember, this game is all about matchups. So when you take Jam Miller, that pitches you know exactly it's man coverage because you have a linebacker on the tight end. It's 1-on-1. Josh Cuevas, one of the best route runners of any tight end in the country. Heck of a throw as well by Ty Simpson.
Daniel Hill in the game replacing Jam, but it's an empty set at the moment. Now Daniel will come back to join Ty, who works from the pistol. 2 wideouts right. He's got Jeremy left. They'll hand it off to Daniel right up the gut for about 6 yards. Check that. They're going to say he got 4 on that play. 2nd down and 6 upcoming as Jaden Roberts helped open the hole there.
Staying ahead of the chains, though, and now this offensive line starting to lean on this LSU front 4.
At least for the moment, Hill is wide right, 1 of 3 to that side of the formation. 2 men are wide left. They'll keep it that way. The snap going to Ty, throws it behind the intended receiver on that play. Ryan Williams, it's incomplete. We're kind of fortunate that it was off the mark.
And I think that's one where Ty Simpson wanted to get rid of the ball quick, and it wasn't initially there. He felt a little frantic. He didn't have to vacate the pocket as quickly as he did. He tried to roll to his right and actually ran into a little bit more pressure by doing so.
So third down upcoming for Alabama. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Crimson Tide. They're 1 of 4 on 3rd down so far. Pistol formation with a running back behind him and Daniel Hill. Trips to the right side. Brooks, Bernard, and Williams. Play clock is at 2, and a timeout called as Bama didn't get in the right spot. And
second charge timeout.
Ty Simpson with a word for Parker Brailsford. We didn't have a repeat of Barrett and AJ right there. They just discussed things. And with 9:38 to go in the second quarter, we've got a timeout on the field. Tied up 3 apiece, Alabama and LSU. But the Tide trying to change that when we come back to T-Town on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is about big plays and big energy, but it's also about the little things. It's about the energy of a community coming together to cheer for our heroes on the field, the tireless work that goes into every game from the front gate to the 50-yard line, and making memories that last a lifetime. Alabama Power knows that dedication makes all the difference. That's why we're here to keep you moving with reliable power and the programs that help you save. Now that's big. Alabama Power, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When you have the right team behind you, it's easy to play with confidence. The same is true when it comes to your health. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama provides what you need to feel healthier and happier. A choice of plans, a large network of doctors and hospitals, and personal support to help you choose the right plan with confidence. No second guessing, no confusion. Just care that works for you and your family. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama is proud to be on your team and proud to be a sponsor of athletic programs across the state.
Roll Tide. I'm Katherine Robertson, proud graduate of the University of Alabama, and I'm running to be Attorney General. Under the leadership of President Trump, America has had a winning season, and I'll stand with him to make sure we keep winning, putting criminals behind bars and deporting violent illegals. I'm proud to have the support of the Alabama Farmers Federation, along with sheriffs and police chiefs from across our state. Visit KatherineFrage.com to join our team. Roll Tide.
Paid for by Robertson for Attorney General. P.O. Box 530063, Birmingham, Alabama 35253.
Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers all even at 3 with still 9:38 remaining in the second quarter. Across the conference presented by Homewood Suites. Went over the scores earlier on the Alabama Power Scoreboard update, but third-ranked Texas A&M improving to 9-0 on the season, including 6-0 in the SEC with their road victory against Missouri. Again, 38-17 was the final score for Texas A&M the last 3 times they played the Mizzou Tigers, winning all 3 matchups while outscoring the Tigers 114-41. So again, Texas A&M stays undefeated in SEC play with the win today over the Missouri Tigers. Right now, Crimson Tide all even at 3 with still 9:38 remaining here in this second quarter. And coming up, Tyler, a critical third down for Alabama.
Yeah, this is huge right now, and you know that if this offense is able to get it down to 4th and 1, Coach will at least consider going for it on 4th down, depending on what his feel is for this offensive unit and what kind of play call they got. But points are at a premium right now so far early in this contest. Alabama looking in good shape. Got to make sure that you don't turn the ball over if you're Ty Simpson and you don't take a sack.
So 3rd down and 6 upcoming. The football resting just inside the 20. That's the Chick-fil-A red zone that Alabama operates from. Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Ladzier Brooks are in the huddle at the moment, along with Daniel Hill for the Crimson Tide. Josh Cuevas appears to be the lone tight end, as Horton is to the right side of the formation and now will split wide right along with Jeremy. Bama's got trips stacked to the left. Empty backfield except for the quarterback, Ty, who looks, throws, fade, and it's going to be pass interference, isn't it? Yes, it is. I called it before the flags were thrown, but P.J. Woodland tackled Jeremy Bernard, who was trying to come back for the football. I don't know if that was a back shoulder fade or a back shoulder
Pass
underthrow.
interference, defense, number 11, the 15-yard penalty. It is first down.
And It is a bank first down for the Crimson Tide.
Well, the thing is you had man coverage on the play, and had the ball been thrown out front, there was plenty of space in the corner of the end zone for the ball to be delivered. But Jeremy Bernard had a step on him.
Yeah.
Would have been a touchdown. However, you're just trying to throw a catchable ball that either Bernard can come back to, or you draw the pass interference, and Alabama setting up shop inside the 5-yard line.
A really big 1st and goal from just inside the 5 for Alabama. Danny Lewis in the game along with Josh Cuevas, and Daniel Hill as well for the Crimson Tide. Pistol formation. Simpson looking to his right, waiting. Now Daniel steps right beside him. They'll hand it off to him, and Daniel up the middle, carrying a tackler to the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. Touchdown, Alabama. It took a while to get there, but we got the news we wanted. A 5-yard touchdown run from Daniel Hill, and Alabama regains the lead. It's 9-3 with 9:25 to go in quarter number 2.
Chris, just looking at the replay here, they're probably going to take another peek at this to see where the knee was down in comparison to the ball. I don't think they can overturn it, though. And this is really the first time all season long that Alabama's been able to pound it inside the 5-yard line and get great push by that offensive line with a big back in Daniel Hill, toting a couple of defenders along the way.
Second touchdown of the year for Daniel, as Talty is on to try the extra point. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up, and it is good as well. Your Brombergs scoring drive recap: 7 plays, 75 yards, 3:02 off the game clock. That is more like it from the Alabama offense as they take the 10-3 lead.
Boy, heck of a job, though, right down here inside the 5. Alabama struggled all season long moving guys around, but you got Roberts pulling around, and you got Hill taking on a linebacker and a safety, running over a couple of guys, and once again dragging Harold Perkins along with a defensive back across the goal line, lowering the pads. I love to see that 245-pound frame drag people around.
Just twice we've said it. You didn't say it a lot. People dragging Harold Perkins. That is
he's a finesse guy, though, dude. I'm telling you, you run right at him. He's not near the player that he is when you allow him to play in space.
I'll take your word for it. I ain't running right at him. Here is Talty to kick it off for the Crimson Tide. I'm not even going to try to run away from him. I'm just going to lay there and play dead. Probably not playing with me. There's Talty on the kickoff that will be fielded a yard deep into the end zone by Brown. He'll get to the 10, spun around at the 15, and he'll go down back at the 13-yard line. Great job by Alabama and Bray Hubbard, the first man to greet him, as the Crimson Tide does a great job in special teams. And back at the 15-yard line rather than the 25 is where LSU will start this drive. That's what you hope will happen sometimes, is that a team with nothing to lose will play like it and gamble when they don't necessarily have to.
Talty's kick, they hang in the air so long, it allows that coverage team to get down there and constrict the field.
Jawan Johnson in the backfield. He's got company now in Xavion Thomas. They'll hand it to Thomas. Tries to get to the edge, can't do it. At best, he got to the line of scrimmage as he gets stacked up on the play. A couple of men were there, including Noah Carter, the freshman, getting his name called. A great catch by Roger Hoover on the redshirt freshman from Peoria, Arizona.
And London Simmons is really the one all the way from that nose guard position who looped around and was the first guy in red to the ball carrier.
Edric Hill, London Simmons along the front, along with Jordan Renaud. They will hand it off, and that was a mistake because they're going to lose 4, maybe 5 yards. And Tyler, we've heard of walkthroughs. That looked like that's what they were doing there offensively.
LSU snapped the ball, and it was a little bit out of sorts as exactly what they were trying to do, because it did not appear that all of the linemen and receivers were coming off the ball hard. But I tell you who was, that Alabama front 4, second consecutive stop for a loss.
Tim Keenan's back out there along with Yanze Pierre. LT Overton, Justin Jefferson, Deontay Lawson, those five across the front. Single set back to the left of Nussmeier. Pressure coming from the edge. He'll scramble and dump it off, and Ray Hubbard will level the receiver. Anderson came back in the games wishing he hadn't. He got clobbered by Bray Hubbard. And Corey, that looked like one of your old hits.
I don't know if I could ever do it like that, but that's what you love to see, getting this crowd into this game right there. What a massive play by Bray Hubbard, just coming downhill and just absolutely teeing off. Trying to run that wide receiver under screen again, and he just reads it perfectly and beats the linemen that are running out there trying to get a block. Great play by Bray Hubbard.
Grant Chadwick standing 2 yards deep in his own end zone as the Tigers lost 3 yards on that drive. Chadwick's punt, a beautiful high spiraling kick. Fair catch called for and made right at the 40-yard line by Cole Adams for Alabama. So with 7:04 to go in the second quarter, Alabama will have great starting field position when we come back to Saban Field. 10-3, good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
The Crimson Tide plays here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Tide fans, are you ready for game day in Tuscaloosa? Don't miss the ultimate pregame experience this season at Vector Security Champions Lane, opening 4 hours before each home game. This fan fest has everything you need to get pumped for kickoff. Located next to the Walk of Champions, you'll enjoy live music, player autographs, the best food trucks from all over Alabama, and ice-cold beer in our Legends Lounge beer garden, where there's never a cover charge. Check out championslane.com each week for the latest updates. Roll Tide!
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
7:04 before halftime. It's Alabama with a 10-3 lead against LSU. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84. Also streaming on the SiriusXM app. Also, last drive good to see for the Crimson Tide that Alabama scored from inside the Chick-fil-A Red Zone. Download the Chick-fil-A app to claim your free Chick-fil-A special offer by midnight tonight. The offer is redeemable at participating Alabama Chick-fil-A restaurants next week, Monday through Friday. Tyler Watts, good to see the Crimson Tide find the end zone. What should we expect on this drive?
A little bit more of the same. Doing a nice job to run the football in the previous possession. Hopefully we'll be able to stack play on top of play. Ty Simpson doing a good job in his decision-making so far. I mean, even in the couple of incomplete passes, one of them was escaping pressure. The other two were drops, I believe. So he's pretty sharp right now. And we just want to get some sort of rhythm going here. Keep this LSU defense off just out of rhythm themselves. And I tell you what, going up 14 points against these guys before halftime would be huge.
Tell you what, Tuscaloosa, of course, where legends are made and legends visit as well. Dave Roberts, manager of the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers and very close friend of Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer, on the sidelines right now for the Crimson Tide, fresh off his world title. Going to bring some good mojo to the Crimson Tide. Alabama 1st and 10 from the 40. Handoff goes to Kevin Riley, and his first carry of the day nets 4 yards up the gut. It will be 2nd and 6 upcoming. Actually, maybe 2nd and 5 with a little generosity on the spot.
I like the push, though, up front. And right now, we're sealing off the edges, not allowing a collapse from the perimeter. And then we're getting bodies on bodies up to the second level and running right downhill in this LSU defense.
Josh Cuevas, Caleb Edwards, the tight ends. Daniel Hill in the game. And we got a fullback out there. Oh, my goodness. Martin Houston and Baron Huber are losing their minds right now as we show fullback with Josh Cuevas. Play action, looking deep, stepping up, firing across the middle. Catch is made. Bernard breaks the tackle, hesitates, and then did the math and got out of bounds as there were 3 Tigers circling around him, and he found the boundary, but not until he picks up another bank first down.
Boy, A.J. Halsey, the defensive safety, went for the interception, and I'm not sure how he didn't get it. But Ty Simpson throwing a nice play there, and Bernard able to advance it after the catch once again.
Daniel Hill again in the backfield, now leaves the backfield as Simpson gets the snap. Looking, firing, and it's incomplete. And the reason my voice got more than a little carried away there is because the pass intended for Daniel Hill almost wound up in the hands of DJ Pickett, the corner for the Tigers, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him and the end zone had he been able to reel that one in.
Yeah, fortunately, though, Pickett was going for the hit. Once he saw the ball released, he went down playing in zone coverage, went immediately to Hill, and wasn't concerned about where the ball was.
2nd and 10 upcoming for the Crimson Tide from the 25 of LSU. Quick release outside to Horton, gets a block, gets inside the 20, and gets to the 19-yard line. Jeremy Bernard was trying to spring him for a little bit longer gain, but Pickett and Harold Perkins were there to make sure he only got about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Still a manageable situation. Now Alabama goes much lighter. Ryan Williams checks in. Lottie Brooks checks in. Horton goes out.
Empty backfield at the moment for Simpson, with Cuevas, the tight end, offset to the right. Simpson with Miller coming in tight to the left side. Gets the snap, pressure coming. They dump it off to Jam. He has got the first down. That's deep inside that Chick-fil-A red zone around the 13. Bama did the math. They saw the blitz coming, Tyler, and called the perfect play.
Well, the similar situation on the first drive where Jam Miller rotates in and you catch LSU in zone, and he just kind of goes out to the flat and sits it down. He gets lost in coverage once again because of the vertical by the slot receiver, forcing that corner off a little bit, playing a softer coverage, and you're able to move the ball once again inside the 15-yard line.
Empty backfield at the moment. Nope, here comes Jeremy to the right of Ty. Ty will flip it to Lodzier Brooks, who breaks a tackle in the backfield and then gets stacked up trying to get to the edge. A little misdirection there as they line Jam up in the backfield, faked as though they were going to hand it to him, but instead the little flip to Brooks coming across in the formation, and he may have lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, we're all the way back to close to about the 16-yard line there, so 17-yard line, so big loss. Right now, Alabama having much more success running right at this LSU front as opposed to trying to get to the edge. A lot of speed. Wearing yellow.
2 wideouts left, and Daniel Hill to the left side of Ty Simpson. The freshman Meadows is the wide out to the right side. Ty with pressure coming, tops it off to Daniel, who gets hit immediately and is brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long upcoming for Alabama as Jack Pyburn, the edge, applied the hit.
You know, kind of unusual to see that edge defender. He plays a defensive end traditionally, kind of sitting back, waiting for the running back on a little screen. If he's able to catch that and get vertical and we don't catch him in that coverage, it's probably a big play. But right now, LSU in all of our screen game has had the answers.
Timeout called by Kalen DeBoer as Alabama now is sitting here looking.
Final timeout, Alabama.
At a 3rd down and 18 to go. The ball on the 20. And again, 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in this first half of action. A 10-3 Alabama lead over LSU, but the Tigers trying to make sure Bama gets away with nothing more than a field goal try here.
Yeah, you know you're probably going to catch a soft zone by LSU. They're not going to risk anything by going man and getting a pass interference. So you got to be smart with where you are. However, anytime you run zone coverage down here inside the 20, there are vertical seams that will become open if you're able to find. The ball has to be thrown on time, though, in rhythm and accurately.
First down marker again well inside the 5 at the 2. The line of scrimmage right at the 20-yard line. Ryan Williams is wide right. Lizier Brooks is in the backfield to the left of Simpson with 3 wideouts left, including the tight end, Josh Cuevas. They'll swing it out left side. Jeremy wants to throw it. Does. Back right side to Brooks. Gets a block. Lizier Brooks 10 and down to about the 8-yard line. They didn't get it all back, but they got a lot of it as Jeremy caught the lateral from Simpson, who then Bernard threw the forward pass, and they got a bunch of it back, but not enough for the first down. It was an 11-yard gain, and we will have a 27-yard field goal try from the foot of Connor Talty. Made one from 45 earlier. Again, this one from 27. High snap, placement's down, kick is up, and the kick is no good.
Something's wrong with that goalpost.
Yeah, I think so. 2 short field goals, one by each side, have been missed on that end of the field, and Bama, unfortunately, misses a golden opportunity to extend a 10-3 lead with 2:28 to go in this second quarter of action, and that one was just hooked to the left of the upright. While we've got a moment, why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. First and 10, LSU from their own 20. They set up a little bubble screen, and it is going to get busted by Alabama. Nice job with a hit on Xavion Thomas, who made the initial catch, but didn't have much room. He got 1.5 yards at the most before Nakai Hill-Green leveled him, setting up second and long. Nearing the 2-minute timeout, and I think LSU's going to wait until it ticks down to that number, and they will. Tigers will have one timeout in their hip pocket, but they use one right here on second down and 8 upcoming when we come back. Timeout on the field with Bama up 10-3. 2 minutes to go before halftime on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
My fingers get...
2 minutes to go in this first half in Tuscaloosa. It's Alabama with a 10-3 lead against LSU. Bama fans, after another Alabama victory, drop by and celebrate at Full Moon Barbecue. Now with 16 locations, always one near you. It's the best little pork house in Alabama. Join us coming up for the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. Right now, LSU with football again, 10-3. Alabama with the lead against the LSU Tigers. And Corey, certainly would be nice to see another stop from this Alabama defense before halftime.
Yeah, unfortunately, you walk away from that drive right there without any points, being so close. But now it's up to this defense to get a stop right here before half. They've been playing well tonight, keeping LSU pretty hemmed up for most of this game. Allowed a couple of big plays, but doing a good job of keeping the football in front of them, getting guys on the ground. But this would be a massive, massive stop. You got 2 minutes left to go. LSU's only got one timeout. We unfortunately don't have any. But if you can get a chance somehow to get the ball back with good field position, we might get an opportunity to put some more points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting what LSU does here on second and about 8 or so, because theoretically they could come close to running this clock out, and they do not want to give the ball back to Alabama prior to half. Now, LSU does get the ball coming out of halftime, so that is calculated into this. So look for some sort of run right here, high percentage throw. But they don't want, LSU does not want to allow Garrett Nussmeier to put the ball in harm's way, and Alabama get favorable field position.
So the Crimson Tide, which started things off with a 45-yard field goal from Connor Talty. A minute 20 to go in the first quarter, saw the Tigers tie it on a 37-yarder from Ramos early in quarter number 2. Daniel Hill's 4-yard touchdown run with 9:25 to go in the second. The extra point from Talty gave us the score we have now, because Talty's try again from 27 missed the mark wide left. So finally television says play on.
Well, I hope they do throw it, because we have Keon Keeley and Yanze Pierre at the edges, and one of them is going to have an opportunity to get home.
Smith in the middle of the defense. Lawson walking up, showing pressure. Here they come with 4. Keeley flushes him out of the pocket, chasing him. They dump it off late, and coming up to make a great play is Nakai Hill-Green on Caden Durham. Tripped him up when it looked like he was going to have some space, but instead they lose 2 yards, and it will be 3rd down and about 10 and a half upcoming.
Well, they'll snap the ball with about a minute 15 or so to go, minute 10 before halftime. They're more than likely going to run the football here.
Yeah, they're not in a hurry, as you would expect. They've got 2 men wide right, 1 wide left. Alabama hoping to get a stop and a quick one and force the Tigers to punt. Nussmeier to throw, looking, plenty of time, still biding time. Now pressure comes, he throws incomplete. Nearest men in the area were wearing crimson jerseys. The closest Tiger was Barryon Brown.
If they run the ball right there, they're kicking it with about 35 to 40 seconds to go. And instead, Alabama now will get the ball close to midfield with just over a minute to go in the half. Still plenty of time to get back in field goal range or even get a touchdown.
Brian Kelly somewhere says, can't blame that one on me. Chadwick on to punt, as standing back at his own 36-yard line is Cole Adams, the Owasso, Oklahoma native. The punt, a spiraling, booming kick that'll send him back to the 22. Adams makes one-man miss, cuts it up, and gets chased down by the guy who initially missed him, but not until Cole gets to the 34-yard line. So Bama, with 56 seconds to go, following that 59-yard punt, still has time to get into field goal range, or, as we've seen, even better late in the half.
Yeah, absolutely, and it all comes down to how productive are you on first down. Can you reel off a nice play, get that first down, and then sure enough go into mode, because LSU with 1 timeout here, you don't want to throw 3 incomplete passes and kick it right back to them.
I'll be a little surprised if Alabama is conservative, though, especially on first down.
Ryan Williams has a favorable matchup.
He does, on the near side of the field, 1-on-1. As Bama's got 4 men in formation, 2 to each side. Jams in the backfield with ties. Snap goes to the quarterback, looking, firing near side, and diving and not able to come up with it is Lonzier Brooks. He had good coverage by a defender. That was P.J. Woodland. Bernard Gooden was applying the pressure on Ty and made him throw it a little quicker than he probably would have liked. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 52 seconds remaining in this opening half. Jam will join Ty in the backfield as Simpson operates from the pistol. Gets the snap, looking, stepping up in the pocket, firing deep downfield. Got a man, Lonzier Brooks makes the catch, tripped up at the 12, then he fumbles, where they're going to mark him down at the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. So it's a completion, it's no fumble, and it's a gain of 54. And with 43 seconds to go in the half, Bama can hurry to the line of scrimmage and get the play off. Set him up inside the Chick-fil-A red zone. Simpson with Miller to his right, waiting, setting things up, 33 seconds to go, and again, no timeouts left. Ty taking a lot of time, but gets the snap off. Looks, fires, catch, touchdown, Alabama. Ryan Williams making the grab. Hooray for Hollywood as Bama extends the lead to 16-3.
Boy, that's what we wanted on the previous possession, but we got it here because of clock mismanagement by LSU. Go figure. That's something we've never talked about down in Baton Rouge, is it? But heck of a job by Ty Simpson, throwing that ball to Latsier Brooks. Talk about turning on the burners to run that one down and set up a scoring opportunity here for Ryan Williams. Working the verticals, gets lost between the corner and the safety. High points it, brings it down for a touchdown.
Timeouts. We don't need no stinking timeouts. Alabama able to score quickly and make it a 16-3 lead. 22 seconds remaining here in the first half as Talty is on to try the extra point. Snap was high last time on the field goal try. It's good on the extra point. So too is the result as he boots it through. Your Bromberg scoring drive, only 3 plays, only 34 seconds off the clock. It covered 66 yards. Ryan Williams from Ty Simpson, after the big throw to Latsier Brooks, put him up in great scoring position. So 22 seconds left. And that is quite a turn of events. Berrien Brown is deep with Talty. Ready to kick it off for the Crimson Tide. LSU's going to get it first to begin the third quarter. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to return this one. Nope, they're going to let it go into the end zone. It was sailed all the way through the back of it. Thought they may try to return it and then take a knee, but couldn't get that one. It was way over his head. And let's see if the Tigers go conservative, knowing they're going to get the ball back, or if they will indeed take a chance. Looks like they are going to take a knee as Aaron Anderson is back as the safety, standing on his own 10-yard line. And Nussmeier is going to just operate under center and take the snap. He will take the knee, and the final 20 seconds will tick away as we'll head to the locker rooms. And Alabama will take a 17-3 lead to the locker room. Tyler Watts, not a thing of perfection, but 17-3 at the half is still a very good position to be in.
He'll take it against this, especially the way that the first 2 possessions for LSU started off, moving the ball right down the field, hit us on a couple of screens. The tight end was very effective. We clamped up, though, and since that point on, this defense for Alabama has really limited what LSU has been able to do. And offensively, started off slow, but there, moving the ball down deep inside LSU territory, getting the physical yards for the first touchdown, and then there with just 56 seconds to go, 3 plays, getting the touchdown before halftime. That was huge to go up 2 scores.
Huge indeed, as our own Corey Reamer, our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter, is down in the end zone to our right, near the Alabama locker room in the north end, waiting on Coach Kalen DeBoer to finish with television. He has done so, and here's the coach with Corey.
Coach, offense did a phenomenal job right there with a minute left to go before half, putting points on the board in what has been a very defensive game so far. What have you seen from this team in this first half?
We just got to do some of the simple things better. You know, there's just some stuff where catching the ball in the early drives, you know, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, we got to convert, you know, the first drive. And so great to get the takeaways. The ball's been on the ground twice. We got one. And so, you know, we got to continue to attack the ball. They get the ball to start with. Simple things, you know, make the field goal. Starts with a snap. We got to get a better snap. Obviously, you got to try to cover up when you're kicking. But, you know, there's some points that were left on the field there for sure.
Thanks, Coach. Roll Tide.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Corey. And thank you also to T-Mobile. They bring us Coach DeBoer at the half. Alabama rolls with T-Mobile, the best mobile network in the U.S., according to Ookla Speed Test. 17-3, Alabama leading LSU at intermission here in Tuscaloosa. Roger Hoover is coming to you next here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. The Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. February 15th, 2026. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
We're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hi, this is Coach Kalen DeBoer. Coke Zero Sugar is the Coke taste you love with zero sugar. Try it today and roll Tide.
Kohl's Black Friday dropped early, and you might want to stretch before shopping, because with up to 50% off beauty faves, cozy coats, home finds, and more, you'll be lunging for deals, loading your cart, and moving muscles you forgot you had. All while earning $10 Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Shop Kohl's early Black Friday deals now. Just try not to pull anything. Select styles, offers end November 9th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little pork house in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Allstate, you're in good hands. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Ford, proud partner of the Crimson Tide. The Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report starts now.
Halftime in Tuscaloosa. Our score, Alabama 17 and LSU 3. Welcome to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. I'm Roger Hoover. The game stats and facts are brought to you by Cadence Bank. Cadence Bank is a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Cadence, there's opportunity here. Alabama up 17-3 over LSU. The Crimson Tide outscored the Tigers 3-0 in the first quarter, then 14-3 in the second quarter. Individually, Ty Simpson 12 of 20 passing, 199 yards, 1 touchdown for the Crimson Tide. Top rusher to this point, Jam Miller, 6 carries for 11 yards in this ball game. Alabama with 34 yards on the ground, 210 yards through the air. Most of that with Ty Simpson. There was also an 11-yard completion by Jeremy Bernard. Top receiver to this point, 3 catches, 59 yards for Lazier Brooks. Long was that 53-yard catch that he had. Also Jeremy Bernard, 2 catches for 64 yards, and there was 1 touchdown by Ryan Williams. Again, the Crimson Tide, 244 yards of total offense compared to just 131 yards of total offense for the LSU Tigers. The Domino's Drive for Dough is presented by your locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on its first drive of the second half, Tanner Allen from Birmingham will win a gift card for the amount of yards in the scoring drive. Enter to win on the RolledTide.com contest page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner. Crimson Tide 17, LSU Tigers 3 at the break. In football, there's always a winner and a loser. But when it comes to great Southern barbecue, there is only one winner. Full Moon Barbecue, voted one of America's top 10 barbecue joints, and now with 16 locations to serve you. You're listening to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. Up next, we'll check scores from around the country and the SEC with Jet Ainsworth at our studios giving you the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Our score at halftime at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama 17, LSU 3. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Dad, are you gonna make s'mores or not?
Air mattress inflated, tablet charged. Yes, ready.
I thought the point of camping was to get away from it all.
I've been really responsible with my savings. Have to spoil myself un poquito.
Mother Nature. Meet my dad, the glamping king.
Glamp your way to financial growth with a checking or savings account from Cadence Bank. There's opportunity here. Find a branch near you at cadencebank.com. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
The kick is blocked, and Bama's got it. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Did you know that your largest organ is your skin? The Wound Care Center at DCH is an outpatient clinic focused on modern treatments for chronic wounds and non-healing sores. Our team is staffed with dedicated physicians, nurses, and therapists who specialize in treating chronic wounds and identifying their complex causes, circumstances, and challenges. When you need more than a Band-Aid, there's the DCH Wound Care Center. Learn more about our services at dchsystem.com/wound care.
Domino's delivers game days across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned and operated in Tuscaloosa for over 30 years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama football and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round and enter our weekly Drive for Dough contest this football season. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks from Domino's and Roll Tide.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university. Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
We're at the half in Tuscaloosa. Bama leading LSU 17-3. I'm Jed Ainsworth. This is your Alabama Powers Scoreboard update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. One other score in progress in the SEC. Kentucky leading at home in Lexington, 24-7 right now over Florida. They are at the half. Alabama's halftime highlights are presented by Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. Just like in past weeks, Alabama started this battle with LSU on defense.
Nussmeier, who gets the snap, sets up the screen across the middle of the tight end. He's got a first down and more. Ball's knocked loose, fumble recovered by Bama. And that is fantastic because the guy that forced it is the guy that got it. Nakai Hill-Green, a huge hit on the tight end Sharp, who had the first down, but he didn't have the pigskin, and Bama's got it inside the 25 of LSU.
The Crimson Tide would then add the first points of the game.
Talty to kick it from the hold of Dowd. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up. It's got plenty of leg, and the kick is good. So LSU has missed a field goal, and Alabama drills one.
LSU gets on the scoreboard in the second quarter, tying it at 3, but a big pass play to Cuevas gives Bama an advantage.
Empty set as Ty will look downfield. He'll throw it left side. Cuevas catch 30, down to about the 23-yard line.
The Crimson Tide would then stuff one in.
Now Daniel steps right beside him. They'll hand it off to him. And Daniel up the middle, carrying a tackler to the goal line. Is he in? No signal yet. Touchdown, Alabama.
And then when less than 30 seconds to go in the first half, the Tide strike again.
33 seconds to go, and again, no timeouts left. Tide taking a lot of time, but gets the snap off. Looks, fires, catch. Touchdown, Alabama. Ryan Williams making the grab. Hooray for Hollywood as Bama extends the lead to 16-3.
14 unanswered, and Alabama leads at the half 17-3. Alabama's halftime highlights are presented by Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. On the other side of this break, we'll take a look at scores from around the nation. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Roll Tide. I'm Katherine Robertson, proud graduate of the University of Alabama, and I'm running to be Attorney General. Under the leadership of President Trump, America has had a winning season, and I'll stand with him to make sure we keep winning, putting criminals behind bars and deporting violent illegals. I'm proud to have the support of the Alabama Farmers Federation, along with sheriffs and police chiefs from across our state. Visit KatherineFrage.com to join our team. Roll Tide.
Paid for by Robertson for Attorney General. P.O. Box 530063, Birmingham, Alabama 35253.
This is Crimson and White Country. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Huddle up, football fans. Tailgate season is here, and nobody gets you ready for the game like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Swing by your local Academy store or shop online at academy.com to find everything you need, from grills to jerseys and more. Don't forget to stop by our newest store in Birmingham on Highway 280. Fun can't lose, and neither can you. Gear up today at Academy Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
We're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hi, this is Coach Kalen DeBoer. Coke Zero Sugar is the Coke taste you love with zero sugar. Try it today and roll Tide.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
This is your Alabama Power Scoreboard update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a finish in Nashville. 16th-ranked Vanderbilt and Auburn go to overtime.
For the ball game. There's the snap that's brought back for Daniels. He looks, he throws back left corner up the end zone. This is incomplete. It is over. Vandy wins it. Final score, 45-38. One of the biggest, one of the most important comebacks in the history of Vanderbilt football. What a day to be black and gold. It has been sensational.
Andrew Allegretta with the call from Learfield. You heard the final score in overtime. Vandy 45, Auburn 38. Number 3, Texas A&M. They go into Columbia, and they beat Missouri by 3 scores.
3rd and 2. Mellon Nordstrom in motion. Ruben follows behind him and breaks through the pack. He's gone. He's at the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10, and Ruben races into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. Yes.
That's Andrew Monaco with the call from Learfield. The 3rd-ranked Aggies are now 9-0. They beat Mizzou 38-17. 5th-ranked Georgia was a winner. They go into Starkville. They beat Mississippi State today 41-21. So Georgia now 8-1 overall, 6-1 in the SEC. 6th-ranked Ole Miss, they are now 9-1. They beat up on the Citadel today 49-34. 8-0. Next up, the second half kickoff with Chris Stewart, Tyler Watts, Roger Hoover, and Corey Reamer. I'm Jed Ainsworth. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Hey, college football fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day's #1 pour. We're celebrating every snap from coast to coast because it doesn't matter what colors you wear as long as Evan's there. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and enjoy the smooth, rich taste of my favorite Kentucky bourbon at your next tailgate. Roll Tide. Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus, enjoy responsibly.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This has been the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little porkhouse in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Cadence Bank. Cadence Bank is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Barkley GMC. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. Now let's go back to the stadium for the call of the second half. Roll Tide.
From Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, it's Alabama with a 17-3 lead against the LSU Tigers. Almost ready to begin the third quarter of action here in Tuscaloosa. Take it to the house this season with the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association and the Crimson Tide football team. This week's contestant is Ashley Bozeman from Andalusia, Alabama. If Bama returns the first received kickoff in the second half for a touchdown during tonight's game, Ashley will win up to $75,000 towards the purchase of a manufactured home from an authorized AMHA dealer. Don't miss your chance to take it to the house this season. Register to win at rolledtide.com/take-it-to-the-house. Certain terms and conditions may apply. Complete rules are available at rolledtide.com/take-it-to-the-house. Again, the Crimson Tide in front 17-3 over the LSU Tigers as we come to you live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth, proudly serving Alabama communities for over 67 years. Crimson Tide 17, Tigers 3, and with a call as we begin the second half of action, here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger Hoover, thank you so very much, partner, our broadcast host. Such a wonderful job for us. So many different areas for the Crimson Tide Sports Network, and a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. Maybe chances for more in the first half that didn't quite go the way we wanted, but it is a new half, and we are, despite some mistakes, leading it by a score of 17-3 over a talented LSU squad. Again, Corey Reamer is our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter. Tyler Watts joins me here in the booth, our color analyst, as we wait on television to come back and join us in the 100,000 plus here at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. The kickoff, a good one, sailing into and through the back of the end zone from Talty, and LSU will have it 1st and 10. Garrett Nussmeier, the quarterback, will bring the Tigers back out as they operate from their own 25-yard line.
It seems like the last couple of games, this Alabama defense has really struggled with a couple of explosive plays, giving up on the opening drive of the second half. Be very important not to allow LSU to move the ball down the field and put points on the board.
Kyle Parker in the slot to the right side of the formation, one of 2 men there. Barry and Brown being the other. They've got a man that'll be joining that side, Xavier Thomas, and a whistle and flags come in before the snap. Not the start to half number 2 LSU wanted.
Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. It is first down.
Kind of how they opened up the game to begin with. Now, if we force a fumble here, we just have to have somebody jump on it.
Second false start that the Tigers have had. Right tackle, Orion Williams, second-year freshman out of Texas, guilty of starting a bit too soon as Harlem Berry's in the backfield to the right of his quarterback. Nussmeier gets a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls right, throws a pass complete to Bauer Sharp, the tight end, but he only gains a couple of yards before he is wrapped up on the play by the middle linebacker, Justin Jefferson. The Memphis, Tennessee native stayed with him step for step.
Little play action there, slipping the tight end out into the flat once again, back to the original line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 here.
They did get 5 on that play rather than a couple, as I said, but as Tyler points out, that's only the original line of scrimmage, and 2nd and 10's upcoming. They'll go with Nussmeier under center this time. Barry, the running back, behind him, and now, as I say that, Nussmeier will go in the pistol formation. Gets a snap, play action, stepping up in the pocket, firing, and it is caught. A gain to the 40-yard line and a first down. Nick Anderson made the grab for 14 yards. It looked like Bama had a man in the area that may have been able to pick it off.
Timeout for an injured offensive player.
Resulted in a first down, and Anderson, who made the catch, as is fitting for LSU this year, goes down, grabbing his right knee in pain. So a break in the action allows us to take a break as well. 13:56 remains in the 3rd quarter. It's 17-3. Alabama leading LSU here in Tuscaloosa on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Baumhauer's Victory Grill has always been proud to serve fresh-only ingredients in their recipes. Some of the key ingredients to these recipes are legendary sauces. Baumhauer's is excited to announce that these famous sauces are now available in grocery stores throughout Alabama. So, the next time you shop in your favorite grocery store, ask for Baumhauer's legendary sauces. If they do not carry them, just ask the manager to request them in their store. Baumhauer's is saucing up Alabama with their legendary sauces now in grocery stores.
Hey, Crimson Tide, when you bring Hellman's creamy buffalo chicken dip to the watch party, you can be a couch coach, cheer too loud, or worse, bring a friend who knows nothing about football.
How do they get the yellow line to move on the field?
Because when you do dip with Hellman's, you can do no wrong. That's a Hail Mayo. Hellman's, the official mayonnaise of Alabama athletics. Bring out the best.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Alabama football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's go Crimson Tide. SeatGeek.
13:56 remaining in this 3rd quarter. It's Alabama still with a halftime lead of 17-3 against the LSU Tigers. We'd like to thank Build Giants Alabama for being today's game sponsor. Build Giants Alabama, a statewide workforce initiative with the U.S. Navy's Maritime Industrial Base, connecting Alabamians to careers and training to build the next generation of Navy vessels. Learn more at BuildGiantsAlabama.com. It's LSU with the footballs. We just had an injury timeout brought to you by Andrews Sports Medicine. His team of doctors help you achieve victory over injury. Andrews Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for the Crimson Tide. Corey Reimers, our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter. Again, brought to you by Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pest and termites. Corey, tell us about the locker room at halftime and the overall mood of this Crimson Tide team as we start the second half.
Well, it's been a little bit more of what we've seen so far this season. They're just not pleased with the output, even with the lead of 17-3 going into halftime. Coaches were really getting after players, and players were even trying to get after their own teammates with the energy level not being up to par for what they expect from everybody. You got half the players out there playing hard, some of them just not hustling as much as they want to see, really challenging each other to go out there in the second half and put this game away. But they just continue to say they know they haven't played their best football. We hadn't seen it yet. They're just challenging each other to put that on tape. Looking for them to do it here in the second half.
LSU will have it. 1st and 10. As the clock restarts again under 13:50 to go in the third quarter. They operate from their own 40-yard line, or actually the 41 is where they spot it. Harlem Berry in the backfield to the left of Nussmeier. He's got 2 wideouts right, 1 left. He'll go play action. Actually will hand it off, and Berry will get good yardage across the 45, and they'll spot him at the 46. Deontay Lawson made the stop for Alabama.
Yeah, got to find a way to win first down. There's too much yardage run between the tackles. Setting up a second and 4 or 5. Got to keep this LSU offense behind the chains.
Yeah, they did spot him back right at the 46-yard line. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. Trades Green is one of the men wide to the right side of the formation. Now he'll come in motion. All 6'7" of him. They'll put him to the left side. Play action. Nussmeier all day to throw. Looking, firing. Catch is made. Staying on his feet. Finally getting brought down at the 35-yard line is Davion Thomas, the senior from Woodmere, Louisiana, a transfer from Mississippi State.
Yeah, it's a deep over, and it takes time for this play to develop. And Alabama not able to get pressure. And Justin Jefferson sinks back into that hole, but there's just so much green grass to manipulate the linebacker.
They set up a little bubble screen near side. Bama reads it well and able to force a loss on the play. Deontay Lawson wrapping up Barrion Brown. Keon Sabb was there as well to help. The Tide reads it very well and forces a loss of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 13 upcoming.
And it's actually Deshaun Jones who blows the play up, because he takes on that lead blocker at the line of scrimmage and pushes him into the backfield where the ball carrier is receiving it.
London Simmons in the ball game in the middle of that Bama defense. Caden Durham is the running back. As Nussmeier walks up and down the line of scrimmage, initially is under center. Let's see if he stays there. He will, and he'll go play action, rolling to his right. Looking, now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get brought down, and a flag's going to come in. And that's a tough break for Alabama and Jordan Renaud, who's guilty of grabbing the helmet. He didn't grab the face mask, I didn't think. I may be completely wrong. I know the helmet came off.
Face mask, grabbing the helmet opening. Number 11 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. The quarterback may stay in the game due to the helmet foul.
Yeah, he did. Oh, absolutely. Spun it around. I thought he got the back of the helmet just because of the way it came off, but he
turned his neck like a chiropractor.
Indeed. Now come back and see me in 6 weeks or less. First flag on Alabama, and that one is a big one, 15 yards. You talk about quarterbacks to keep your head on a swivel. It'll be much easier now for Nussmeier to do that, as I believe it is still spinning around. Tough break for LSU, though, as Nick Anderson is being carted to the LSU locker room as we speak. They put a man in motion. They will throw it out to him right side. That's Thomas looking for a block. He squirts forward inside the 20 and gets near the 15-yard line. That's, I believe, where they'll spot him, or just inside of it. Deshaun Jones and Keon Sabb combining to make the stop. But it's a gain of actually 7 on the play, maybe 8, as they spot him right there at the 15-yard line. Berry in the backfield to the left now of Nussmeier, who's got 2 men to the left, 1 to the right. Jones will come to the left, and they will hand it off up the gut, and they'll get the first down and more inside the 10 to the 8-yard line of Alabama. Berry on the carry, Jefferson on the stop for the Crimson Tide. May have saved a touchdown as that one got to the 9-yard line. They hurry to the line of scrimmage on 1st and goal. Nussmeier will hand it off again, and there's not much running room. A yard at best for Berry there. Deontay Lawson and Justin Jefferson able to fight off the blockers, including Bauer Sharp, who they brought in, shifted over almost like a fullback at the start of that play. Here's Caden Durham now coming in, replacing Berry. Brown, and also look for the 6-7 option in Tradez Green, who's checked in. It is offset to the left side. Nussmeier looking, firing, tipped and almost picked off.
Boy, Bray Hubbard read the eyes of Nussmeier all the way from the backside safety position and was floating across the middle. They tried to hit a deep end, and Bray Hubbard got his hands on it. Corey, what'd you see?
Yeah, absolutely. Bray Hubbard was on the top on this left side, and he was reading the quarterback, Nussmeier, the entire time. They tried to get the defense to flow with Tradez Green in motion right there. Bray Hubbard did a phenomenal job of stepping in front of that throw and breaking it up. Almost had that interception.
So 2nd and goal for the Bama, 8 for LSU, or actually 3rd and goal, excuse me, from the 8. Nussmeier with Johnson to his left. Gets the snap, pressure coming, and a whistle before the snap. I don't know if they did either. Delay of game's the call. You're right.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It is 3rd down.
Fifth penalty. Total of 40 yards.
Right now, Chris, it's about applying pressure to Nussmeier. There'll be more room, more space for his receivers. Although they haven't pushed the ball downfield all night long vertically, if you can get in Nussmeier's face right here, you can force the ball out quickly, rally to it, and force a field goal.
2 wideouts right, 2 left. Single setback to the right of Nussmeier. We've got a timeout.
First LSU. Timeout, LSU.
First time out of the half, and an important sequence right here, Tyler, and I think Frank Wilson, the interim head coach, realizing you don't get down here very many options, or many times. You got to go ahead and take advantage.
And I tell you what else the conversation is right now is, hey, fellas, we don't have to throw the ball to the end zone. Let's get some of it, set ourselves up. Let's think 2 downs to score right here. You down 2 touchdowns, and as you mentioned, the way that Alabama's offense has been clicking here the last couple of possessions of the first half, you don't want to be playing from 2 scores down. And a field goal doesn't do a ton, and you're still 2 scores down. I know it's early to be thinking like that, but if you're trying to set an aggressive tone, I think that's how you're thinking.
.9:41 to play, 3rd quarter. Bama up 17-3. 3rd and goal from the 13 for LSU. They'll put 3 wideouts to the left side, 1 man to the right of Nussmeier. He wants to throw, pressure coming. He's going to go down. Jan Pierre brings him down all the way back at the 30, and it'll be 4th down for the Tigers. What a time for the first sack of the game for the Alabama defense.
Well, Jan Pierre was fighting off the left offensive tackle for LSU, and this was a sack on Nussmeier. He vacated to his right and then tried to spin back to his left, right into the arms of Pierre, and that's just bad quarterback play. And now LSU has a long field goal try.
Ramos trying a 45-yarder. He's 1 of 2 such far. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So Ramos from 44 officially able to boot it through, and with 8:54 to go in the 3rd, we've got timeout on the field. Bama still leading it by double digits, but it's 17-6 now here at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Roll Tide.
Alabama wins it.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Huddle up, football fans. Tailgate season is here, and nobody gets you ready for the game like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Swing by your local Academy store or shop online at academy.com to find everything you need, from grills to jerseys and more. Don't forget to stop by our newest store in Birmingham on Highway 280. Fun can't lose, and neither can you. Gear up today at Academy Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
From fajitas and gumbo to grilled fillets and fried fish baskets, U.S. farm-raised catfish is the ultimate ingredient for bringing people together. It's also low in calories, high in protein, and let's face it, just really, really good. Reel in the compliments with crowd-pleasing recipes from our friends at Sweet Grown Alabama. Trust me, you can't go wrong with their simple, delicious ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Learn more about U.S. farm-raised catfish today at sweetgrownalabama.org. That's sweetgrownalabama.org.
8:54 remaining in the third quarter. Alabama 17 and LSU 6. That last drive ended with just 3 points for the Tigers, in large part thanks to the 16th sack of the year for the Crimson Tide, and that sack courtesy of Yanze Pierre as he picks up his team-leading 5th sack of the year. Bama sack count presented by Guthrie's, home of the original chicken finger and proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Visit us in-store or online at Guthrie'sChicken.com. And Roll Tide. And to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Corey Reamer, great to see Yanze Pierre again off the edge, bringing such pressure for this Alabama defense.
Yeah, we hadn't said his name very much tonight, but it was a great time for him to get back there in the backfield. Like Tyler said, and he was being held the entire way. The left tackle was just riding him all the way. Nussmeier just spun right into him, giving him the sack while he's being held. What a play. He's been playing great as of late. Love to see some more action from him to this in the second half tonight.
8:54 to go here in the third quarter. Alabama has its lead cut to 17-6 as Aaron Burrell is just about set to kick off for LSU. Lonzier Brooks is deep for the Crimson Tide. He's returned 1 of 3 kickoffs so far. This one is high and will be short and will be returned from the 5 to the 10. Brooks across field to the 15 is going to cut back and get brought down around the 16-yard line. One of the few times that Alabama will start in a negative position, really an 11-yard return on that short kickoff. But normally Bama starting at least at the 20, even on returns, but they're only able to get it to the 18-yard line.
Well, big opportunity here for this Alabama offense here on the opening drive. They got to put a couple first downs together. We'll start getting in a rhythm once again. Finish or pick up where you left off.
So 1st and 10, Alabama. Crimson Tide bringing Bernard in motion to the near side. Simpson will look his way, throws low, and it's incomplete. That's just a bad pass from Tide. He knew it as soon as it left his hand.
You know, and if the ball is not completed quickly, it's not much of a gain either. It's kind of a flat route because Bernard initiates his 5-yard out from about 3 or 4 yards deep in the backfield.
2 wide outs left, including the tight end Cuevas. 1 to the near side of the field. That's Bernard. Jam Miller in the backfield. And movement by LSU. Free play for Bama. Going to throw it deep near side. In and out of the hands of Bernard. Could have been pass interference on that as well, as Woodland grabbed him by the jersey. But it will be offsides against LSU. So 1st and 5 upcoming.
It is 2nd down.
You know, and that's really about the only thing that Bernard can really improve on is those 50-50 balls when he gets an opportunity to get his hands on the field. And he was getting mugged. His jersey got twisted around. However, he got his hands on the field, and he finds a way to start pulling those things down. He's going to be the player.
2nd and 5, excuse me. Forgot about the incompletion originally. But it is 2nd and 5, Alabama, as Simpson will bring the tight end Edwards to the left side. Looks left, now we'll roll right. Looking, firing, catch is made. Jam cut down, though, and a beautiful play defensively by Harold Perkins Jr. If Jam's able to cut and turn it upfield after that catch, then he's going to get a first down and maybe more. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 6, only 3rd and 4, only a 1-yard gain.
He'd have torn an ACL if he'd have tried to cut that thing up. He had so much momentum going to the sideline. They wanted to push the ball down the field. Great coverage by LSU, though. Just take whatever they give you. You still got a manageable 3rd down here.
I didn't say he was going to do it immediately. He'd have gotten to where he could round it off first. Jams to the backfield to the right of Ty, who works with 2 wide outs each side on this 3rd and 5. Simpson looking left, looking, firing. Catch is made. Jeremy Bernard does so at the 39-yard line. Move the sticks on a bank first down. A gain of 15 on the play.
The middle of the field continues to be open on 3rd down situations so long as there's time. LSU only brings 4. They don't have the ability to get to Ty Simpson without that exotic look of the pressure package, and he delivers another strike.
Brailsford the center with Jaden Roberts to his right. And the freshman at the right tackle spot as they hand it off to Jam. He runs left side, gets hit, and brought down right at the 40-yard line. That freshman I was talking about, Michael Carroll, as Vandermark, who missed last game with an injury. I'm not sure we've called his name tonight.
And he's now playing left guard.
You're exactly right.
So
That's why I called his name on the right side to get him over on the left. So Brailsford snapping it to Simpson. Looking deep downfield. It's got a man. Latzir Brooks. Pass is underthrown and it's incomplete. Bama fans wanted a flag, but I don't think there was any real contact there. No. He wasn't able to come back, but that ball was so far underthrown he had no chance.
Well, and the ball was just thrown late, and it's hard to push the ball down 70 yards, which is what it would have required. But Brooks had a couple of steps on the defense, but as you mentioned, it's just such a long throw, they had an opportunity to recover.
Yeah, the defensive back, Delane, was in the way, but he really didn't run through him as he could have easily on that play, and that's the reason the flag wasn't thrown. So now 3rd down and 8, Alabama. Simpson looking downfield again. He's got him again. It's Bernard, and he cannot make the grab as it was overthrown. Ty underthrew the previous ball, overthrew that with just a hair, and despite tipping it, Jeremy could not track it down. It falls incomplete, and Bama will have to punt it away.
And he was so wide open. Just any sort of ball that's thrown out there can be adjusted to unless it's too far, and that's a missed opportunity for Ty Simpson. But I loved how the offensive line picked up another exotic look by the LSU front 7. We picked it up and allowed time for that ball to be delivered.
So Bama has to punt it away, and Dowd another high kick. This one's going to hit around the 23 and rolls inside the 20. It's down to the 18-yard line, and another punt from Blake Dowd down inside the 20. That's at least the 9th this year for the graduate transfer. 42 yards on that punt, and LSU will have it inside their own 20 when we come back. 6:26 remains here in quarter number 3. Still a 17-6 Alabama advantage over LSU on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The home of Bear and Saban. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Alabama football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's go Crimson Tide. SeatGeek.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in. Like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors that get the job done right. Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Visit rolltide.com/Kubota for a list of statewide participating dealers.
6:26 remaining in the third quarter. It's Alabama 17 and LSU 6. Huge thank you to Big Mike Steakhouse for taking care of our broadcast crew this season. But thank you to Big Mike, Scott, Kane, Michael, Brad, Casey, and the whole staff for the great food and the warm Southern hospitality. Visit online at BigMikeSteakhouse.com for a Big Mike Steakhouse near you. Restaurants coming soon to Gadsden and Millbrook. You are always close to a Big Mike Steakhouse. Also, a huge thank you as well to Big Mike's in Gunnersville. They took care of the Alabama baseball crew last night. They were on Sand Mountain for a youth baseball camp. And Zach, Nick, the whole staff took great care of them again at Big Mike's Steakhouse. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Look, I know as a radio crew, we could put away some stakes. I can only imagine the damage that even part of Rob Vaughn's baseball crew could do. Big Mike's may have had to shut down to rustle up some more cows to get ready for the next wave. Sunday lunch needed some help. 6:26 to go here in the third quarter. LSU with a football, but Alabama with a lead. 17-6 is our score. The Tigers have only managed a couple of field goals in this one, but Alabama has not scored in the second half.
Might have Van Buren in at quarterback.
I think you're exactly right. That is the new QB in the game. He's going to roll and dump it off, and the catch is made, and what a play by Red Morgan, upending Anderson after he made the grab, and he was slow to get up, Corey.
Red Morgan is just flying downhill. I'm telling you, he is a run-stopping safety. He's looking for those opportunities. You're not going to be able to get out in front and block him when he reads it as soon as he did. Great job of getting him tripped up before he can turn upfield and make a play.
Michael Van Buren, the quarterback for LSU, the transfer from Mississippi State. He's a Bowie, Maryland native, 6 feet 190. He's 13 of 16 on the year with 2 touchdowns. And they have gotten him in the game replacing Nussmeier, who took quite a chewing from Frank Wilson after that last drive, as on the carry, getting a couple will be Van Buren. Deontay Lawson was chasing him and got him down after a gain of 1.5 yards.
Deontay Lawson shed off a block from Bowers Sharp, the tight end for LSU, to make that tackle for a loss. But Van Buren brings the read option look to LSU, something that causes a lot of defenses problems. And I think Coach Wilson for LSU was really frustrated with Nussmeier for not throwing the ball away on the previous drive.
So 3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Tigers. Van Buren with a man to his right. 3 wideouts left, 1 right side. Van Buren looking to throw with time, fires, and that is going to be a diving attempt. And did he make the catch? Yes. Wow, what a grab from Xavion Thomas. Full extension, made the grab for 17 yards and a 1st down for the Tigers.
LSU hurrying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, definitely a catch. He was able to get under it. They'll probably take another peek at it.
Yeah, one more angle. This is the one that'll tell us for sure. That is a phenomenal grab.
Not even close. I mean, it's an absolute catch. Why are we reviewing it? But we'll take it. But the zone concepts are great, but you have to be able to apply a little bit of pressure up front. You allow a quarterback to sit back there in a comfortable pocket, he's going to pick a zone coverage apart because linebackers have no idea where wide receivers are wrapping around behind them. And that's exactly what Xavier Thomas was able to do, working around 12, 15 yards, and then just find a window to sit down in.
Play under review presented by Ziegler Meats. Pick up the same Ziegler Jumbo Franks served in Bryant-Denny Stadium at your local grocery store. Ziegler Meats, a tradition of great taste for over 90 years and proud to be the official hot dog of the Crimson Tide.
The field is upheld. It's a catch.
It took longer for the official to get all the way down to the headset than it did for them to figure it out. That's not a knock at Matt Leffler, who would beat me in a foot race any day. But that was clear by the time he got there that that was indeed an excellent catch on the part of Xavier Thomas. He too a Mississippi State transfer. Caden Durham in the backfield to the left of Van Buren, or the right of Van Buren. He will go play action. Van Buren rolls, fires, and that one is going to be caught, I believe. Yes, it is. Another low throw, but another great catch. This one from Kyle Parker, Allen, Texas native, in his second year in Baton Rouge. And the Tigers are moving the sticks, 16 yards on that throw and catch. Van Buren. And are they going to review
on the field is a catch. The previous play is under further review.
You know, one thing to keep in mind, Van Buren's not like some redshirt freshman out of high school. I mean, this kid played all 11, 12 games for Mississippi State last year and looked pretty good towards the end of the season. He was able to work the sideline. The ball was definitely underthrown, but I think Kyle Parker was able to get into this one as well. Maybe not.
Yeah, we were shielded by green on that one, that angle that we were able to just see in the booth. Let's get one more look and see.
Showing two different angles. This might come back.
Yeah, I think it did. That ball hit the deck. Yeah. It wasn't by much, and he made a great effort, but that was, I think, an incompletion. I don't know who called for it, but I'm glad they did on the review.
What's a little more concerning, though, is the fact that they're able to find such a window on the sideline in this zone coverage defense, and right now just kind of rolling Van Buren out right and left, cleaning up the picture for him and giving him the ability to still run the ball. But hopefully this will be a 2nd and 10.
After review, is an incomplete pass. The ball hit the ground. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
So back-to-back reviews on consecutive plays. I thought the first one was going to show us that it was incomplete. I thought the second one would show us it was a catch. Not surprisingly, I was wrong twice, but it works out for Alabama at least 50%.
Well, and how did we set the edge versus Van Buren as they continue to try to roll him right and left? Have to apply some pressure, but you can't get too far upfield because this guy has some wheels. And he can beat you with his legs.
17-6, Bama leading it. 3:56 to go, third quarter here at Bryant-Denny. 2 men wide right, tight end to the right, 2 men wide left as well. Now they'll bring one in motion to the right as Van Buren will roll. They'll throw, flag down, and the ball is dropped around the 48. Would have been a catch. And for a first down, minus the flag, Kyle Parker didn't hang on to it. And I think this is going to be on LSU anyway. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift on the offense. Number 6 and number 22. That's a 5-yard penalty. It is 2nd down.
Yeah, Alabama might decline this and set up a 3rd and 10. I would. Especially the way they've been finding holes in this secondary.
Correction. It is declined. It is 3rd down.
Tyler, nice job. Matt Leffler, I didn't know, was tuned into our broadcast. The wiring must have gotten crossed here in the stadium. All right. 3rd down and 10 for LSU from there, 36. Bama showing pressure, bringing about 7 men to the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 3, at 2, at 1. They just get it off in time, or did they? Timeout called by LSU.
Before the snap, timeout. LSU LSU.
Only got one left.
30-second timeout.
3:51 remains in this third quarter. And so should this get a little tighter later, just the one timeout could be a factor.
It could be, but if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, you're going to be down 2 or 3 scores and then have all the timeouts you want. It doesn't matter.
Exactly
But
right.
I get it.
Alabama with the 11-point lead, 3:51 to go. The Tide has not scored here in the second half. It really has not been able to muster much offensively either.
What is LSU right now on third down conversions tonight?
Oh, they are 3 of 9. Bama's 3 of 8.
Okay. Problem is they're 1 for 1 on this possession, aren't they?
That's true. It's only a problem if they're 2 for 2 after this. Durham in the backfield to the right of Van Buren. He's got a big old tight end coming to the left side. Van Buren getting the snap. Pressure, has to step up. He's going to run. He'll elude the rush. He'll slide. And did he slide before he got to the first down mark? Apparently not. They're going to move the sticks. And that'll be enough for a first down. And that's a dimension that he brings that Nussmeier didn't have.
Yeah, and Bray Hubbard was kind of sinking in the middle, but he goes back towards the receiver as opposed to standing around the line of scrimmage. That's what his responsibility is. And when you go against a mobile, quick quarterback.
First down. The previous play is under further review.
How do you even review this? I mean, it's where obviously he starts to slide, but.
So, again, a review. The numbers for the 8 o'clock worship services tomorrow are diminishing as we speak, but the 9:45 and 11 are going to start to fill up.
I mean, he started to slide around the 46-yard line.
Yep.
That's where they spotted it. You know, these officials, they get it right on the field about 90-95% of the time.
Right.
They'll tell you higher.
So still reviewing it.
Unless they put it back at the 45. I don't know. I mean, that's such a judgment call.
They ruled it was a first down.
After review, the quarterback was going down at the 45.5-yard line. Therefore, it is fourth down at that spot.
Wow. Here's the thing we get into. Was he truly going down?
It's become
or did
figure
they
skating.
think he was going to go down?
It's become figure skating. It's all subjective.
Yes. The Russian judge marked him short, Tom Stipe reminds us. As Harlem Berry's in the backfield, Tigers going to go for it. 3:22 to go in the third. Bama up 11. Tigers on 4th and a foot jumped. First of all, they lined up in the shotgun on 4th and inches, and the left tackle jumps. Although they're talking about it as if they may have been drawn off sides by the Bama D. Corey, what'd you see?
I was just about to say the same thing. We shifted up front of a defensive line, and that's when you saw LSU jump. But I don't know how you call that on the defense right there. We're just shifting. Nothing wrong with that at all.
False start. Offense, number 10. The 5-yard penalty. It is fourth down.
Yeah, that was the tight end Bauer Sharp, and the crowd noise again playing a factor. That's something Kalen DeBoer asked for at the start of the week, and especially on the radio show Wednesday night. Needed this crowd to have an impact, and they have. 2 linemen, offensive linemen moved, the tight end and also the left tackle, who I believe was DJ Chester.
You better watch.
So the Tigers going to have to punt unless they do opt to fake it, as Tyler Watts just warned you against. They've got 3 up men. They do snap it to the punter, and he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made by Cole Adams back inside the 10-yard line. The punter went down, but I think he more ran into the guy that was rushing from the edge more so than the other way around. 52-yard punt. Bama will have it inside their own, I said the 10, the 15-yard line, excuse me.
I love seeing a defensive lineman wearing number 14.
Who are you referencing?
Henry. He's the one that hit the kicker. Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, come on, Gutless. You're not going to try for the last name?
Too much respect. Here's Caden Proctor out in the slot.
You're right. Cade's in the slot. They fake it to him. They throw it across the middle, and the pass complete to Cuevas, the tight end. That's the biggest dang decoy you're going to find in any hunting ground in America. But here at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, that is exactly what Caden Proctor was. We get 23 on the connection.
Tell you what, he drew the safeties over, didn't he?
He did.
Opened up the middle for Cuevas.
He did indeed. So 1st and 10, Bama. From the 33-yard line, their own 33. Clock ticking, around 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Bama up 17-6. Cuevas goes in motion left side. Play action. Ty swings it out to Cuevas, who stumbles and falls right at the 35-yard line. Gain of a couple, but would have had maybe a yard or two more at a minimum.
Yeah, he caught that ball and then tried to cut it back up as he was going into the flat. And I think had he allowed him some momentum and to catch and turn to the outside, I think he could have picked up more yards. Instead, unfortunately, his feet slipped up out from under him. And that's common. It's been a warm day. Now it's cooling off. You're going to get a little moisture there on the field.
So operating from the 35 on 2nd down and 9, Alabama with 2 wideouts each side. Single setback, Simpson looking, swings it near side. Catch is made by Brooks, trying to keep his feet. Does. Breaks the tackle. Gets across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. That'll set up a 3rd and short for the Crimson Tide.
Boy, the tackling by the LSU secondary, not real good right now, Corey.
Yeah, that's a little LSU on LSU crime right there. That guy had him wrapped up. It seemed like 2 of his own guys kind of knocked him off right there, just not bringing him to the ground. Lasir Brooks just continued to fight to get some extra yards.
Brooks, go ahead.
We have not run the ball here, I think, in the last 6 or 7 plays. So here on 3rd and short, what do?
Well, we're going to put a tight end in. We're going to run under center with Simpson. He will hand it off on a reverse near side and get the first down with Isaiah Horton picking up the first down. No, check it. Excuse me. That's my mistake. Jeremy Bernard. Butch and Roger both trying to tell me, and I refuse to listen to the guys that I trust as much as I do, but yet I still guessed wrong myself.
There should be no doubt. It's the Swiss Army knife. That's who's getting the ball.
That's exactly right. I should, if I'm going to guess wrong, guess Jeremy first. That's my mistake. Daniel Hill and Cuevas in the backfield. Cuevas is the tight end. Tessa McClintock smiling somewhere now for the Crimson Tide as you've got wideouts to each side of the formation. And the straight handoff to Daniel behind his tight end slash fullback, Cuevas, and will gain a yard, maybe 2. Harold Perkins making the stop. And we have come to the end of quarter number 3. Alabama's got a 17-6 lead. They've got the ball. They got a little momentum, but they need maybe a little bit more as we head to the 4th. Here in Tuscaloosa, glad you're with us. Alabama leading LSU 17-6 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is about big plays and big energy, but it's also about the little things. It's about the energy of a community coming together to cheer for our heroes on the field, the tireless work that goes into every game from the front gate to the 50-yard line, and making memories that last a lifetime. Alabama Power knows that dedication makes all the difference. That's why we're here to keep you moving with reliable power and the programs that help you save. Now that's big. Alabama Power, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fry dynasty. So keep the Golden Fry game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Alabama 17, LSU 6 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Roger Hoover with a look at the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Quite a surprising score, and the only other SEC game active at the moment from Kroger Field in Lexington. Kentucky 38 and the Florida Gators 7. Yes, it's been a tough year for the Gators, but remember at one point Florida had won 31 straight against Kentucky, but right now it's the Wildcats in front 38-7 with 9:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'd like to thank Build Giants Alabama for being today's game sponsor. Build Giants Alabama, a statewide workforce initiative with the U.S. Navy's Maritime Industrial Base, connecting Alabamians to careers and training to build the next generation of Navy vessels. Learn more at BuildGiantsAlabama.com. Tonight, we're coming to you live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth, proudly serving Alabama communities for over 67 years. Once again, the score, Alabama 17 and LSU 6 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here in Tuscaloosa. And back on the call to take you the rest of the way, the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger, thank you so very much. Let's check in with our Coach Pest Control sideline reporter, Corey Reamer. The Bama defense has been really good, but man, it'd be nice to keep them off the field for a few more minutes if this Bama offense could get a little bit more going, get it across midfield, and get some more points on the board, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure they would welcome the extra time sitting on the bench and let this offense continue to do their thing. Put some extra points on the board. It's 17-6 right now. Fourth quarter, it's time for them to put this thing away right now. Defense would love some help. They've been playing great all night.
3 wideouts left, including the tight end Cuevas. Single setback is Jam Miller to the left of Ty Simpson. He'll bring Cuevas in now, tight left side. Play action to Miller, looking, stepping up in the pocket, trying to avoid the rush, lost the football, and LSU took it away. He was trying to step up, got it stripped, and Harold Perkins Jr. took it away for the Tigers, and what a rough way to start the fourth quarter for Alabama as LSU, with a big takeaway right there, will have it in Bama territory at the Alabama 38.
Yeah, it looked like we were trying to push the ball down the field, maybe trying to go to Ryan Williams, but Jam Miller lined up against Harold Perkins. Not a good matchup, and Jam Miller just kind of got pushed back. The pocket collapsed. Really nowhere for Ty to go, but he's got to have better ball security there in traffic. Make sure he holds on to that sucker.
Corey?
Harold Perkins doing exactly what he wants to be doing. He's been playing middle linebacker all night, but gets a chance right there to come on a blitz. Jam did a good job of stunning him at first and just had a little bit, held on to the ball for a little bit too long.
3-man, actually 4-man front for Bama. They show blitz. Gets picked up. They roll right. Van Buren running, and he'll settle for 5 yards as he gets out of bounds just across the 35 to the 34-yard line of Alabama. Officially only 4 yards on that gain. I thought he was going to get a whole lot more. Bama showed blitz. Bray Hubbard, though, I think is the guy that got picked up nicely by the LSU defense.
Well, I think if LSU continues just to roll Van Buren out right and left, they're going to be able to move the ball methodically down the field. Really aren't able to set the edge. Of course, you don't necessarily want to, because then he just cuts it up and guts you up the middle.
Durham in the backfield. Van Buren, the quarterback from the pistol. Tight end offset left. They will play action. Van Buren looking downfield, fires, and it is caught. And a great grab at that for a first down inside the 25 to the Bama 23. Chris Hilton Jr. making his first catch of the game, an 11-yard pickup there.
Really just a nice route. You talk about coming back to the football. He drove as he had a couple Alabama defenders converging on it, and he was able to make that catch.
Handoff left side, a gain of a yard, but not much more from Durham. sophomore from Oklahoma City.
This is a huge possession here for this Alabama defense now. Forcing a field goal would be massive. Otherwise, you got a 3-point game.
Does LSU settle for 3 right here?
No.
Given the way it's gone?
No.
They got a lot of time to worry about that, though, on 2nd and 9 from the Alabama 22. Play action. Van Buren scrambling, going to his right, firing, tipped into the air and incomplete. He was trying to connect with Bauer Sharp, the tight end, a transfer from Oklahoma. He's actually a Dothan, Alabama native, is Sharp. But he couldn't come up with a football and hung in the air for a little while, but nobody in Crimson could get there to it. And it will be 3rd down and 9 upcoming here.
Yonze Pierce to the field. They're going to. He's the one that's going to be tasked with preventing Van Buren from being able to roll out.
From the pistol, they jumped again. Another procedure penalty on LSU. That's going to be
false start. Offense, number 57.
Yeah, Carius Kern. My eyes saw Carius Kern. My brain wanted to say Curious George, and I could not stop it for the longest time. That's the reason I hesitated. But Kern is the one who is called for the false start. That is the 4th on LSU in this ball game.
He was a man with the yellow hat.
He was indeed. Very well done. 3rd and 13 upcoming. Stepping up, firing, and caught inside the 10. It's a 1st down for LSU. We had Crimson hats everywhere, but making the catch was Barryon Brown for an LSU 1st down. It's 1st and goal from just outside the 7.
Xavier Brown and Bray Hubbard are right there, but they're just too small of a window as that ball is just threaded in by Van Buren.
Man, if Xavier hadn't clipped his nails this week, then that would have been a deflection. Just missed getting a hand on it. LSU puts everybody at the line of scrimmage. They jumped again. Another false start. They wanted to go quick, and one guy wanted to go quicker than everybody else. Curious Kern got him again, I think. Still talking it over. Still talking it over, even though LSU as a team's backing up.
False start. Offense number 57. 5-yard penalty. It is 1st down.
As Tyler said, the man with the yellow hat drawing the yellow flag. 9 penalties, 60 yards on the Tigers, and 5 procedure penalties. Well, they have struggled with that offensive line like we have seldom seen for the men in the Bayou. They'll operate under center on 1st and goal from now back at the 12. And did they move again? There's conversation about something.
I think they're going to reset the play clock.
Please reset the game clock to 12:24, and please reset the play clock to 25 seconds. And wind the clock on my ready.
So on 1st and goal from the 12, they did reset the play clock to 25, and now it is ticked down to 15. As LSU breaks the huddle, brings one man to the left side. Juwan Johnson, the running back, behind the quarterback Van Buren in the pistol formation. They bring a man in motion left, play action. That's the direction Van Buren will roll. He's going to go down. Oh, a great play by Alabama. And LT Overton got him to the turf.
Boy, Van Buren put a move on LT Overton, and LT actually dropped down to his knees, but Van Buren kind of spun right back into him, Corey.
Yeah, he definitely broke his ankles right there. I think it surprised him a little bit that he got a guy on the ground like that and ended up just falling right into him where we can get the sack. Great job by Keon Sabb. They were looking right in the middle of the deep end in the back of the end zone. Sabb was waiting on him on that in-breaking route. That's where Van Buren was looking for.
Johnson and Thomas Both out there for the Tigers. It'll be Johnson in the backfield. They swing it near side. Pass attempt incomplete. Trying to connect with Brown. But it will be 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and goal now from the 22-yard line. Tell you what, they've gone from having 1st and goal at the 7 to now, if they're not careful, they're going to be out of field goal range.
Well, like you said, though, they're thinking 4 downs here, so it's 2 downs to score. They don't have to get it all back. They've been hitting us downfield with these little curl routes, finding windows in this soft zone coverage.
11-14 to play here in the 4th quarter. They will hand it off right up the gut, and stacked up at the 20 is Harlem Berry.
Now you got to kick it.
Yeah, they are going to kick it.
Makes it an 8-possession game, or 8-point game, I should say.
I wish it was an 8-possession game. I'd be a lot more relaxed right now. 10:55 and ticking. Tigers 2 for 3 on field goals. They've missed from 30, made from 37 and 45. Ramos will try this one from 38 yards. Snap, spot are good. Kick is up, enough leg, and that one is good. And the Tigers are to within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion potentially of tying this one up. 10:28 to go. Got a ball game between Alabama and LSU, 17-9 our score. We're back in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo. Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those? Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Crimson Tide plays here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game,
stops growth and gives the body a chance to heal. Because behind every breakthrough is a life worth saving.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry.
I can roller skate while walking my dog.
I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death.
They've had to settle for 3, yet to find the end zone this evening. That last scoring drive presented by LSU Online, driven to score, built to win. LSU Online, win where you are. 9 plays after Harold Perkins stripped and fell on a fumble by Alabama. Set up LSU in great field position. 9 plays, just 18 yards. Unfortunately, took nearly 4.5 minutes off the 4th quarter clock. settling for that 37-yard field goal by Damian Ramos, who now, by the way, has the school record, 62 career field goals, passes the great David Browndyke in LSU football history. Here's the ensuing kickoff by Aaron Burrell. Kicking it back deep, and he'll let it go. It'll be a touchback. First down and 10 at the 25. So, Jacob, I guess, again, Coach Frank Wilson, you're asking this defense to go out, get a quick stop, possibly a turnover. Defense is going to have to continue to play big here with 10:28. Again, that's a lifetime left in college football, but, again, the inability to find the end zone has just eluded LSU tonight.
It certainly has, and if they get the ball back in one-score game, they've got to use every blade of grass on this field to try to attack that Alabama defense.
Daniel Hill will be the running back to start this possession as Simpson brings him to his right hip. On 1st and 10 from the 25, takes the snap, give to Hill. Hill caught, crosses the line of scrimmage, makes his way up to about the 28, picks up 3 yards before Patrick Payton eventually slows him down and brings him down. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line of Alabama. And this is where Kalen DeBoer now is not going to be in any type of hurry. Wants to see that 4th quarter clock run. Simpson will empty the backfield, go 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Williams in motion. They'll fake the handoff. Simpson runs up the middle, and Simpson, showing his speed, gets outside the numbers near side. There's a flag down as Simpson races his way up to the 45-yard line, but there are flags way back. One at the line of scrimmage and one at about the 32. And Alabama's coming back. And this will be, we expect, the second penalty. Could be their second penalty. Let's hold the phone.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 90. That penalty will be added to the end of the run. It is first down.
So add insult to injury. Big pickup by Simpson for 17 yards up to the 45, and now they'll tack on the penalty after the fact. And that will move Alabama into LSU territory. So, again, unfortunately, fans, if you're listening tonight in a 17-9 ball game, the penalties have been an overriding factor in this one. 9 for 59 yards for LSU, 1 for 15. It was a pass interference call against Alabama. So now it'll be 1st and 10 at the LSU 40. Simpson calls for the shotgun snap. A little high, but he handles it. A give to Hill, and Hill straight ahead. Runs into a wall after reaching just inside the LSU 40. This time Guillory able to make the stop, stand him up, and bring him down. Roll close to 9 minutes remaining in this game. Alabama leading by 8, 17-9. Ty Simpson again in the shotgun. Again, will go empty set. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Snap is back. Pressure comes, but he has time, throws, and broken up and incomplete down around the 13-yard line of LSU. They're looking for Isaiah Horton. P.J. Woodland, really good coverage and able to get his hands in there and deflect the football away.
You know, one of the pregame things that we kind of focused in on was the defensive backs for LSU against this very talented receiver group. And outside the one P.J. Woodland man coverage rep before half, I mean, they've kind of held up their end of the bargain here. That's a nice play there, kind of late hands on the ball to make sure you broke it up and didn't get a pass interference call.
See what Coach Blake Baker dials up here. A Bingo Pest Product 3rd down opportunity. 3rd down and 9 with a ball at the LSU 39-yard line. Alabama leading 17-9 in 4th quarter action. Simpson, shotgun snap, tight pocket, hit as he throws, overthrown and incomplete down around the 15-yard line. Looking for Ryan Williams, but the pressure got close. May have sped up the throw a little bit as he overthrows his star receiver. It's 4th down and 9 at the 39-yard line, and on comes the punt unit and Blake Dowd. And the defense again stands tall for LSU. Xavier Thomas will set up shop back deep for the Tigers inside the LSU 10.
Yeah, if Simpson didn't know Tamarcus Cooley before that play, he has been well introduced now. It's a nice job blitzing from the safety position.
Dowd puts it in the air. Getting out of the way as Thomas takes a bounce at the 5. Slap back into play out of the end zone and down around the 1-yard line. Excellent play on special teams by Alabama. Looked like it was about to bounce in. Looks like the officials are talking it over. But they clearly called it down as we've got a timeout. We'll see if they change that. But that was just an excellent play. They're still talking about it. Nope, they're going to place it down at the 2-yard line. So LSU will start 1st and 10 from their own 2 after excellent special teams play by Alabama. So with 8:42 remaining in the game, the Tigers get the football back. As it stands now, they got 98 yards in front of them. Down 17-9 here in the 4th quarter from Tuscaloosa. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls. Available in spirit, wine, and malt. 50% alcohol per volume. Buzz Balls, LLC, Carrollton, Texas.
When the clock strikes 12, the night comes alive with thrills and chills. And hidden in the dark lies midnight money from the lottery. Win up to $13,000. This season, step out of the shadows, unmask your fortune, and play midnight money from the lottery. Top prize $13,000. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Score big with MMR. Join the team at the largest privately owned open shop electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, headquartered right here in Baton Rouge. MMR is committed to positioning each team member for success. Whether you're a student seeking an internship, just starting your career, or already a seasoned professional, MMR offers a variety of positions just for you. Get in the game at MMR, where your future is bright. Kick off your career at mmrgrp.com/careers. MMR, a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
4th quarter coverage of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Do the LSU Tigers have a 98-yard drive in them? We'll find out. They start possession 1st down and 10 from their own 2-yard line after forcing Alabama to punt. With 8:42 to go in the game, trailing the Crimson Tide 17-9. Fans, Our Lady of the Lake Health, proud to be LSU's championship health partner. Together, LSU and Our Lady of the Lake, champions for Louisiana. Together we roar. Learn more at olrmc.com/LSU. Gordy Rush, as we said, you got to go 98 yards, but the defense once again has delivered. The offense got to find a way to answer.
Yeah, 100%. Defense has battled tonight. They've made plays, and they've been put in some tough spots and gotten out of it. Look, Jacob, I'll continue to beat this drum. Frank Wilson said for 2 weeks, LSU had to commit to running the football. Yeah. I know there's 8:42 remaining. I know there's 98 yards to go. LSU needs to establish the run to set up the pass. They're giving them the opportunity in between the tackles. They've got to run the football.
Yeah. So the Tigers line it up. 1st down and 10 from their own 2. Ball placed down on the near side hash. Michael Van Buren Jr. again taking over in the 2nd possession of the 3rd quarter. He's out there again. Harlem Berry will be the running back. Again, very dangerous. They'll step up into the shotgun. Van Buren about 5-6 yards deep in his own end zone. Here's the snap to give to Berry, and Alabama was there quickly as Harlem just dives forward. Not sure he got anything. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Yeah, situation's always tough. You're backed up like this, and obviously the game right there on the line. You're down 1 score. Try to get out of your own shadow there, but you can't get too cute down here until you get at least a 1st down there. Ball, has got to be the ultimate prize. Got to protect that thing at all costs.
Here's the snap again on 2nd down, and it will be Berry again, and he's tripped up just as he got out of the end zone. Again, falls forward to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down. Again, unable to get the breathing room you were looking for. Got to find a way to convert. Keep this drive going now that we're under 8 minutes. Clock moving, 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Alabama leading 17-9. This time they'll spread 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right side. Van Buren by his lonesome, about 3 yards deep into the end zone. On 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. Snap back, throw, and drop by Trey'Dez Green, who had nothing but green grass in front of him at the 14-yard line. Hit him right in the hands. He may have looked ahead and didn't follow it in. That'll be 4th and 8, and now the Tigers have to punt from deep in their own end zone. And that one, a rare miscue by the sophomore tight end / receiver Trey'Dez Green, who just didn't watch the ball all the way in, hit him right in the hands and falls to the grass.
Oh, Chris, he runs for a long time. He runs for a long time before he finds an Alabama defender.
Grant Chadwick just inside the end zone. Punts it away. Back deep, Cole Adams steps up. He fields it at about the 43-yard line. Flags fly everywhere as he makes his way far side, eventually out of bounds. We'll see what the infraction is all about. Again, it came out immediately after he made the catch and darted towards the far
During
side.
the return, a legal block in the back. Return team, number 2. 10-yard penalty. It is first down.
Well, it's small victories you're looking for. That's the second penalty against Alabama tonight.
Yeah, I'm not even sure they can boo when that's only the second penalty of the game there. But goodness gracious, that Trey'Dez Green play is gonna be one talked about for a long time. Just so much green grass. Nice job by Van Buren seeing the open guy, getting it out of his hands in that situation. And I mean, you're gonna I think minimum, Chris, you're gonna end up around the 35-40 yard line.
So Alabama will take over. They back him up on the infraction to the 45-yard line of their own. Again, the LSU defense has played brilliantly tonight with just a couple of miscues in the passing game, but otherwise they have been awfully tough. They'll need it again. First down and 10 at the 45 of their own as Simpson initially lines up in the pistol formation. Jam Miller behind him. Now he'll join him in the shotgun. Quick toss going to Miller. Miller cut down. Great open field tackle. A loss of 1. P.J. Woodland with an excellent stop in the open field. Should set up second down and 11 here for Alabama as we roll under 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, surprise. I mean, Alabama getting on the ball, Chris, not wasting any time.
Simpson lines up. Miller on a wing to his left. The offensive line rises, pointing to the LSU defense. They got 5 at the line of scrimmage, 3 with their hand in the ground. 1 receiver to the left, 2 receivers right, including the tight end. Makes 3 possible receivers right of the formation. Simpson, shotgun snap, spins the football, now throws near side and going up, hauling it in. Was he inbounds? They'll say yes. They're going to rule it incomplete or a catch inside the 35. We're obstructed by the LSU sideline. They say it's intercepted. LSU says they got it. And it doesn't look like it's going to be that way. They're going to place the ball down.
Alabama for a first down.
Yeah, maybe they can take a look at this and say stop 7 plays 2 series ago for LSU's offense. Maybe they want to take a look at this one.
They say it's a catch down at the LSU 34, and Alabama lines up quickly. Thought there might have been an interception, or whether or not it was a complete pass. They say it is, and Alabama got the football. Simpson on first down, throws, and pass broken up, and then caught by an offensive lineman for the Tide, and he'll fall forward down to the 32 of LSU.
Yeah.
Boy, everything bouncing Alabama's way.
I have to know how you have a series where you have 7 reviews, and then that last play is not even worth taking a look at. That to me is a little head scratching. Not to say it wouldn't end up a reception by Alabama, but when you're stopping the game that many times on one series, not to go back and at least take a look at that.
So Alabama keeps possession. It'll be second down and 9 at the 33 after the tip drill secured the ball from the offensive lineman. Simpson in the pistol formation, high snap, looking to throw. Throws back near side. They've got plenty of blockers, and they are clearing out Tigers left and right, but stopping and spinning that time was Ryan Williams. I think if he keeps on running, he gets more yardage, but he kind of stopped trying to set up the blocks, and that allowed LSU to get to him. And they pick up about 5 yards. It should be third and a short 3 here for Alabama, but we're under 5 minutes now with 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Jam Miller back at running back, 3 wide to the right. Simpson calls for the snap, looking to throw. Looks right, comes back left, and pass broken up in the hands of Caleb Edwards, the tight end, and A.J. Halsey stepped up and separated the football from the tight end. That was a blistering clean hit for A.J. Halsey, and it'll be 4th down and 2, and it looks like they're going to call on Connor Talty now, the field goal kicker, setting up to try about a 44-yarder from the near side hash, kicking right to left.
Yeah, whatever your best block is on this one, CB, have it dialed up.
I believe LSU only has 10 players on the field right now. They're waiting on the snap nonetheless. It's back. The kick by Talty is high and deep, and the kick is good. That'll make it 20-9. Alabama extends the lead. Tigers able to force the field goal, but with just 4:25 remaining, I'm sure Coach DeBoer happy to get a little extra there to make it a 20-9 lead. Fans, TJ Ribs, official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, home of the Brian Kelly Show, or I should say now the LSU Football Radio Show, Thursdays at 7. You can order right now at tjribs.com. Alabama extends their lead. It's 20-9. LSU will get the ball back with about 4 minutes and 25 seconds down on the road here in Tuscaloosa. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. Need funds to help with your financial situation? Republic Finance is a proud partner of LSU Athletics and has served the SEC area since 1952. Check out our loan options to see how we may help you. Visit a local branch or get pre-qualified online at republicfinance.com/tigers.
Not all consumers are eligible to apply online. Secured loans are available exclusively in branch and have collateral and insurance requirements. Standard loan terms, rates, and fees apply based on your state. All loans are subject to approval pursuant to standard underwriting criteria. Not all consumers will qualify. For more information, call 833-907-1737.
Elevate your game day spirit with Sugarfield Spirits, the official vodka of LSU Athletics. When crafting the perfect mixed drink, our vodka is the winning choice that'll have your taste buds cheering for more. Sugarfield Spirits, where the spirit of the Tigers meets exceptional locally made vodka. See our winning lineup at sugarfieldspirits.com or visit us at our tasting room in Gonzales. Trust isn't given. It's earned by showing up, leading the way, and performing at your best when it matters most. Our Lady of the Lake sports medicine experts know what it takes to improve performance and build champions at every level. That's why LSU chose Our Lady of the Lake as its championship health partner, trusting Louisiana's best medical team to care for our state's best athletes. From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here. Visit OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Fourth and final quarter of LSU Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
Back here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama extending their lead with the field goal. 20-9, they now lead. Couple of touchdowns, couple of field goals. LSU's defense been put in some tough spots tonight. They have battled hard. Offensively, just too many costly self-imposed penalties. They've got 10 for 74 yards. Alabama much cleaner tonight. 2 penalties, 25 yards. And LSU a couple of trips inside the red zone. And again, the penalties taking them from inside the 20 to outside the 20, from inside the 10 to outside the 20. Had to settle for field goals on really touchdown opportunities tonight. Here's the ensuing kickoff. Alabama kicking it back to LSU. Barryon Brown back deep. It's going to be hang up short, but a fair catch called for by Barryon at the 3-yard line. And the Tigers will start 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Garrett Nussmeier started tonight's game, went 18 of 21 for 121 yards. Michael Van Buren has been called upon, the backup quarterback transfer from Mississippi State. Led the Bulldogs last year in many a start in SEC action, so certainly familiar with the type of atmosphere on the road. So far tonight, he's 4 of 9 for 46 yards. Also 4 carries for 6 yards for the backup quarterback. So with 4:25 to play, a minute, or a 1st down and 10, I should say, at the 25. Van Buren, quick fire, and this time Trey'Dez Green, I don't think, did he hold on? Well, it looked like he almost dropped out. They'll say he slid down and made the catch. Nope. Now they come back. The far side official said no, it came out of his hand. So back-to-back drops for Trey'Dez Green, which is very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's taken so long in some of these things. Even like a false start, they're getting together, they're huddling, they're talking about it. It's like nobody really wanted to make a call. Nobody wanted to say it was incomplete. So the clock sitting there and it, run. I don't know if they put the time back on.
Well, again, LSU's inability to score touchdowns is the reason they're down here. But I'll say it with full confidence that the SEC overall this year has struggled when it comes to officiating. Van Buren on second down. This time will air it into the flat far side. Catch made by Barryon Brown, who then cut across the middle of the field trying to get extra yards. He'll pick up 6 yards up to about the 31 before being dropped there by Red Morgan, the sophomore out of Phoenix City, Alabama. We roll down to 4 minutes remaining here in the game. LSU, long way to go, short time to get there. The screen game may not be what they need right now. 3rd down and 4. Van Buren in the pocket, stands strong, now releases, starts to run, and goes head first across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Looks like he's got enough for a Louisiana Blue first down on the scramble by Van Buren. Nakai Hill-Green was there eventually to get him down. And again, LSU taking all kinds of time here. We're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and they're just now lining up. Looks like they're trying to fix the headgear for Van Buren.
That's why he slid the first time.
He wanted to make sure he got the yardage needed. And he does. So on 1st down and 10, ball at the 36. Van Buren had it stripped from behind. Ball loose, and Alabama falls on it. They're going to say Alabama football. Again, it looked like Van Buren was in the act of throwing. But Alabama comes up with a loose ball down around the 26-yard line. Let's see if they'll take a look at this one. Pierre knocked the ball free. It was London Simmons that fell on it. Again, we'll get a look at it here in the booth. Those of you at home already taking a look there, but that may be all she wrote. And it looks like, indeed, he did not get the arm going forward. No. Nope, it was well before. It was as he was rising with his arm that the ball was stripped loose, and Alabama has it.
Carius Curran's really struggled here tonight in protection, pre-snap penalties. It's been a real struggle for 57 here.
So this thing can go sideways depending on what Alabama wants to do with Daniel Hill, the running back. Simpson in the shotgun. Snap is back. Simpson going to keep, trying to stretch it near side. He's brought down from behind. Stop made by Jamari Butler. Not much on the game that time for Simpson. Again, just trying to get that clock moving. And we get down to 3 minutes and 3 seconds. It looks like a timeout taken by LSU. Timeout presented by Coshada. Escape to the largest casino resort in Louisiana. Coshada Casino Resort, Louisiana's best bet. Tough night for the Tigers offensively, and this defense again back out there. Kind of been the story of the night. Alabama now 336 yards total offense. As advertised, it's been Ty Simpson and the receivers in the passing game. Simpson 20 of 34, 273 yards and a passing touchdown. Running back Daniel Hill, 5 carries, just 14 yards, leads the way on the ground for Alabama. He also has a touchdown. Everything else has been field goals for Alabama, and all the scoring for LSU has come off the foot of Damian Ramos, who is 3 of 4 in field goals tonight. 3 minutes and 5 seconds remain in the game. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Hill again on the wing, right side of Simpson. 2 receivers right, wide side of the field. If Simpson gets the shotgun snap, he'll give it to Hill. Hill trying to dance. Got hit, stood up, then thrown back. They'll say he made it to the 25. So maybe a yard gain with forward progress. That is all. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Bernard Gooden and Jamari Butler again making the tackle as we're down to 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
I'll tell you what, defense, a lot of times, and you've mentioned it, been put in some bad situations and scratched and fight, and they claw, and they just try to give you another possession, and a performance certainly that was capable of coming in here and winning from the defense tonight.
No doubt. They had a turnover. Got a big stop early in the game on 4th and 1. This time Alabama will toss it to Hill, and Hill will have some blockers, finds a lane, and inside the 20 down to near the 18-yard line before Gooden and Guillory make the tackle, but it will set up 4th down and about 3 here. As we have the 2-minute timeout come our way. 2 minutes to play here at Bryant-Denny. Alabama leading 20-9 over LSU. J&J Exterminating fans, Louisiana-owned, customer-focused, and results-driven for over 65 years. Call the local pros and get the shield. J&J Exterminating. Yeah, we'll return to Bryant-Denny in a moment. 2 minutes remain. Alabama up 20-9 over LSU here on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
The Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event is on, and there's no one key to victory. You need strength, power, agility, the team that shows up ready to win. At Toyota Trucks, they bring the full roster. Kick off the season with big savings at the Toyota Trucks Game Day sales event.
Toyota is a proud sponsor of LSU Athletics. Experience the drive of the Tiger in a Tundra or Tacoma. Built to take you wherever the road leads. Find yours today.
Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability.
Champions make plays on the field and in life. With LSU Online, you can keep your career moving, earn your degree, and still run your own game plan. Learn anytime from anywhere and take the next step toward your goal line. It's time to make your move, Tiger fans. Visit online.lsu.edu. LSU Online. Win where you are. Hey, Tiger fans 12 and younger, don't miss your chance to be a part of Mike's Kids Club. Presented by Shell, the exclusive kids club of LSU Athletics. Join Mike's Kids Club for only $25. Get the official Mike's Kids Club t-shirt, free admission to select LSU athletic events, and much, much more. To learn about upcoming events and to join, please visit LSUMKC.com. The Mike's Kids Club, presented by Shell.
Back to fourth quarter action of Fighting Tiger football. Presented by J&J Exterminating on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Powered by People's Health.
2 minutes remain here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and while it has been a rather subdued home crowd for most of the evening, those still with us here at Bryant-Denny celebrating now. Their team leading 20-9 over the Tigers. Fans, work days work better with Cintas by your side. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com. Get ready for the workday. And don't forget, multiply your cash. Play 50 times the cash. From the lottery, you could win up to $200,000. Multiply your fun and play 50 times the cash today. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
So Alabama bringing the offense back onto the field. They're going to try to close the game out here.
Next week, Alabama will be back here at home. Possibly could be a top 10 matchup. Depends on what the polls say. But as it stands now, number 11 Oklahoma coming in to take on Alabama with a 2:30 Central Time kickoff. LSU will have an early start next weekend back at home against Arkansas. Two programs with interim head coaches. That one kicking off around 11:45 on a Saturday morning at Tiger Stadium. So again, Alabama looking at 4th down and 3 at the LSU 19-yard line. Jeremy Bernard going to take the direct snap. He's going to pitch it back to Simpson. Sprinting to his right, throws against his body. Catch going to be made at the 15-yard line for the first down. They got it to the tight end, Cuevas again, and that'll keep the drive alive. So Kalen DeBoer showing a little bit there on 4th down, deciding, hey, let's go ahead. Get a direct snap to our receiver, Bernard. He'll flip it to our quarterback, Simpson, and he'll throw against the grain and find our big tight end, Josh Cuevas, who's had a big game tonight.
Surprised you didn't see anything like that tonight from LSU. I'm not saying you try to go out there and trick them with every play, but A little bit surprised you didn't see some creativity offensively. Certainly once you got down there in the red area and really struggled to find your way.
And now Alabama happy to just take a snap, take a knee, get that clock moving with now a minute 20. So Alabama going to stay undefeated in SEC play, still with one lone loss. Again, we get deeper into the season, almost a lock at this point now for a college football playoff berth. Again, it will be Alabama and Oklahoma next week. Arkansas at LSU. Simpson again with plenty of time. 10 on the play clock. Lines up under center in the victory formation. Takes another snap. And we're down to 44 seconds remaining. Again, the Tigers with a valiant effort tonight, but just too many empty possessions for the offense. You look at some critical moments in this game late in that second quarter, the inability on two back-to-back possessions, Jacob, to get out of their own 20-yard line, and then gave up the big score late in that second quarter as the horn hasn't sounded yet, but with 17 seconds, both teams now coming off their respective sidelines. But that was kind of the big play, the score late in that second quarter to get a 17-3 lead. And then the inability in the third quarter for LSU's offense to get any traction, and the inability on the night to find the end zone. The horn will sound, and this one's in the books. In the 90th meeting all time between Alabama and LSU, Alabama gets the win. Now 58 wins, 27 losses, and 5 ties in this overall series. The Tigers suffer their 4th loss of the year. Alabama remains unbeaten in SEC play and just one blemish on the year, that coming in week number 1 against Florida State. That seems like a million years ago, based on where Alabama's momentum is at the end of this game. It's all over with here in Tuscaloosa. Alabama gets the win. The final score 20-9 over LSU. Stay with us. Much more to come on the Fighting Tiger post-game report after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
Welcome to Mad Dog Sports Radio Tonight, your home for the best sports talk, great opinions, and live updates on the evening's biggest games. Join the conversation at 888-MAD-DOG-6. That's 888-623-3646. The sports night is just getting started, and this is Mad Dog Sports Radio Tonight. Now, here's your host, Tom Byrne.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome in on a Saturday, November 8th, as we wrap up the day that was in college football and more. Tom DeCelestino, Jacob Falk producing. Plenty to do. We'll start with Indiana. Not easy in Happy Valley. How about that Omar Cooper Jr. toe tap touchdown? If you have not heard the call from Gus Johnson, I'm not even sure how to explain it. We'll let you hear that. Incredible, but it's one of the better catches you'll see. I mean, it's amazing. 27-24, 36 seconds left at that point. Indiana saves its perfect record. That's the type of season it's been for the Nittany Lions. At least this time, they showed you some promise. They showed you some fight, some guts. But ultimately, all they did is rip out the heart of the Nittany Lion fan. They teased them during the game, making them wonder where this was all year. And then, of course, just as they delivered some hope, they squeezed from the jaws of victory a heartbreaking loss. 3-6, 0-6 in the Big Ten. Came back from down 13 in the third. A couple first downs away from the upset. But once they were forced to punt, they couldn't respond with any heroics on the defensive side of the field. And they had momentum on that side. And that's where you got to give Mendoza a lot of credit. And listen, Penn State's had a brutal year. I understand that. But still, that's a Hoosier team in front of 107,000 that showed you a little something. The head coach, who could be a little tough to take at times afterward, did say we probably were a little lucky, but he was right, praising the win and calling it a great win, because at the same time, it looked like this was going to be the day where Indiana fell. After Penn State rallied to take that 24-20 lead in the fourth, when Grunkenmeyer connected with Nick Singleton, who finally had himself a big game for a 19-yard touchdown with about 6.5 left, you had to think that Penn State was in pretty good shape. They punted, though, with the $1:51 left. That gave Mendoza the ball back at his own 20. Got off to an awful start, if you remember. He took a sack on a first down, but recovered in a big way. 22 yards, 12 yards, 29 yards, 17 yards. And then he finds Cooper at the back edge of the end zone. Incredible. Now I see maybe why Kuiper has him number one. Showed you a little something there. Kalen Black scored a rushing touchdown. Radicic kicked a couple of field goals for Indiana. Charlie Becker was big time. How about that catch he had late down the sideline? 7 for $118. Cooper finished with 6 for 32. Singleton did play well and it's about time, but for Penn State, added a couple of rushing touchdowns. Terry Smith almost had himself a huge win, but instead it's a 6th consecutive loss. Man, after a pair of stunted possessions to start the game, they looked lousy early. They went right down the field on the third try, right? Mendoza hit Becker, 52 yards down the middle? Mendoza scrambling through Penn State's defense, an 18-yard touchdown 2 plays later. Because Becker didn't get in. Penn State tied it. 10 plays, 67 yards. Short score and plunge by Singleton. But that Cuddle-Nicky called offense got rolling a little bit until the fourth quarter. Indiana was up 17. I think it was 17-7 at the half, right? And Penn State, of course, mounted that comeback only to lose in heartbreaking fashion. Surratt did not play. Okay, he's a star wideout for Indiana. But they did get Aiden Fisher, one of their key defensive players, a linebacker, back after his knee injury forced him to miss last week. So I can't listen to, this is maybe why Indiana struggled a little bit. Indiana looked vulnerable today, and that's okay. Many a great team have had games like this where maybe they don't bring their A game, but they figure out a way on the road to get out of there with the win, and that's what they did. So they don't have to apologize to anybody. But that didn't look like a team that was ripe to upset Ohio State. Oregon, staying in the Big Ten, gets a win. I don't know how impressive it was, but Atticus, I guess they're big fans of To Kill a Mockingbird. They've been their son, Atticus. Atticus Sappington kicked a 39-yard field goal with 3 ticks left. Oregon escaped 18-16. That was a crushing loss. This one at home for Iowa. Dante Moore, give him credit. Clutch spot, 54 yards on 10 plays. That set up the third field goal of the game. Connected with Malik Benson. That was the big one for about 25 yards. That got him in the range. So they get to 8-1, 5-1 in the Big Ten. They're number 9 right now in the college football playoff rankings. Keep that in mind. It was the third field goal of the game for Atticus. Kicked the 46-yarder at the end of the first half. That gave him a 12-7, I think it was, lead at the half. And then later that 44-yarder, the third, that got it to 8, the margin. But, man, this was a heck of a game. You think about that mistake they made in the first half with the errant snap. That cost them a safety. Nearly was a touchdown, but cost them a safety. That ends up being the margin. Think about that. And, of course, they missed the 2-point conversion late. Mark Gronowski's 3-yard touchdown run capped what was an excellent drive, 12 plays, 93 yards. Their first lead, 16-15. But that incompletion on the 2-point conversion, and it was definitely an incompletion. Sounded like Danielson was almost trying to make the argument on the TV broadcast that he somehow got his heel in. Garrett, and I love Gary Anderson. That wasn't even debatable. I mean, that was kind of silly. I don't know if he saw an angle. We didn't, but they brought in the line judge who quickly cleaned it up anyway. But that ultimately killed him. Brutal loss for Iowa. Not that anybody thought they were going to the college football playoff, but I'm sure some Hawkeye fans were dreaming with the win today. That is now done. Oregon, meanwhile, still in the mix. Give Texas A&M a lot of credit. We talked about this during the week. Texas A&M, you could argue, should be better than number 3. They got an SEC schedule. They played Notre Dame outside of the conference and won the game. Why did they have to settle for third? They shouldn't be the third best team. They're better than that. This team's ridiculous. And maybe we talked about the idea, Notre Dame got 10. Not that it was controversial, but I think people were like, okay, they get 10 despite the 2 losses. People assumed, well, the committee's looking at the eyeball test. Now, it's actually all the metrics and eyeball test. Everything has them top 3 to 5, but you couldn't put them. I'm an Irish fan. You couldn't put them there, okay? 10 made a lot of sense. And you do wonder, did the committee, looking at where A&M was as well, consider the way that game ended with the call that wasn't, obviously, missed extra point, but that's not as significant as the missed call, which kind of changed who won the game. It's not the first time. But you wonder how the committee looks at those sort of things. As we know, they consider certain situations, right? So even if Missouri, which lost today, had gone on a big run and the quarterback was kind of along for the ride, I don't know how that'd be possible, but play along, they might still be penalized because they don't have their starting quarterback. We have seen that before. Florida State fans know that well. A&M has proven itself again. Marcel Reed is a stud. 2 touchdowns, 221 yards. Their defense is ferocious. Takes on the personality of the head coach, Mike Elko. Matt Zollers, listen, he'll have better days. Talented young man. This was a tough spot. He did not perform. Reuben Owens, 102 yards rushing, couple of touchdowns to clinch the game in the fourth. They're 9-0, 6-0 in the SEC. A win over the Irish in a non-conference. I mean, what a season thus far. Their best team easily since at least 92, maybe before that. That's their 3rd straight win over Missouri. Not a surprise, but it's the way they did it. They were a 6.5-point favorite. I mean, that was never in doubt. They destroyed them. Zoller, 7-22, 77 yards against that defense. I mean, if you're making your first start, you do not want to be starting against Texas A&M. But that's a statement win. Why? Because Missouri had been in every game this season. Even in their losses. Think about the loss to Alabama, close game. Think about the loss to Vandy, close game. So, not a quarterback, I understand. I get that part of it too. And then, of course, a game that stunk, that we talked about quite a bit last night, although we were surprised it could be arguably the game of the day. It didn't turn out to be the game of the day. Texas Tech destroying BYU 29-7. What was that from the Cougars? That was just a brutal performance in Lubbock. This Texas Tech team is really good. Morton, veteran quarterback, 216 yards, threw that 9-yard touchdown to Caleb Douglas. Cam Dickey ran for $121. I tell you, Morton plays well consistently. This Texas Tech team can beat anybody because the defense, and we all know the story, the NIL, they had tons of money. They poured it into the transfer portal. The question was, would you better get these kids together year one? You know, A&M wasn't so much the portal as recruiting a few years back with all the money. Went out there, got one of the greatest classes ever, right? And then they stunk that season. This is different. Plus, when you go in the portal, kids are a little older, have more experience. They've come together quickly to the credit of that staff. BYU, look, they're still 8-1 and 5-1 in conference. But, boy, talking about a deflating loss, it's the way they lost the game. I mean, that was not a competitive game. But I think it speaks volumes about Tech because BYU, I mean, they had a 10-game winning streak dating back to last season. And they barely avoided being shut out for the first time in 8 years. And that was a garbage time touchdown for Bachmeier to Chase Roberts midway through the fourth. America was off the game at that point. The only people watching them were folks around Lubbock, Texas, and some people who enjoy pain in Utah. And BYU even stunk on special teams early in the game. So those are really the 4 big games today. We got plenty of storylines. It'll be interesting now. We like to predict where these teams are going to end up in the poll. A couple things here. BYU will drop, of course, in what was the first top 10 matchup for the Big 12 Conference in 4 years. Turned out to be a little bit of a dud. They won't go too far, but they'll drop. Missouri obviously will drop. You can't lose by 21. Now, it's A&M. It's not a crime to lose to Texas A&M, but you can't be losing by 3 touchdowns. And it was no fluke. They trotted all 4 quarters. I mean, they were completely whipped both sides of the ball. Don't have their quarterback. They're in trouble. Memphis was only 22 in the AP. And they're going to fall. What's more important is the college football playoff, of course. But they're going to fall. You know, they went on a 15-0 run in the fourth quarter. Still wasn't enough. I mean, what were you doing in the first 3 quarters, for goodness sakes? It'll be interesting to see what the committee does with Iowa. They nearly pulled off the upset against Oregon. Took the lead, under 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We know Ducks, if you fast forward a little bit, answer with the game-winning field goal, 3 seconds on the clock, 18-16. You think about the missed 2-point conversion. You think about the errant snap. They came in at 20 in the college football playoff rankings. It'll be very interesting to see what the committee does with them. Very interesting. So we'll go over all the results of what was a very interesting day in college football. We'll do a little NFL a little later as we move it along as well. Your number's 888-623-3646. My name's Tom Byrne. It's good to have you on a college football recap edition of Mad Dog Sports Radio tonight.
Want to join the conversation? Call 888-MAD-DOG-6. That's 888-623-3646. This is Mad Dog Sports Radio Tonight, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 82.
Your home for the biggest stories in the league is Sirius XM NFL Radio.
This is Rich Gannon from the Sirius XM Blitz. Another busy trade deadline is now in the books, and we're reacting to the moves your favorite team made.
The coach did good. You're saying now we can now cover one side of the field with Sauce Gardner. He's that type of player.
And we're previewing all the big Week 10 matchups.
And it is A.J. Brown again! Another touchdown!
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM College Sports Radio is the home for the most comprehensive coverage of college athletics. 24/7 sports talk and expert commentary from a renowned lineup of hosts breaking down game previews and recaps, delivering breaking news and analysis, plus interviews with the biggest names in college sports. All the action happens right here from the Xfinity Studios on Sirius XM College Sports Radio, Channel 84. Brought to you by Xfinity. If you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity.
With Multiview from Xfinity, you can watch up to 4 football games at once, which can lead to some tough choices.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Actually, I was thinking about heading out only because I want to beat the traffic.
The best part of the sleepover is the next day. I was going to throw the games on.
Bobby Big Wheels.
I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? We got the multi-view.
The best college and pro games all in one place? I'm not going anywhere.
This is how football was meant to be watched. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiview requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
College football fans, tune in weekdays